I'm focused. I've been watching for the omens. I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded. I got the feeling that you know it. Yeah, I've only just begun. I won't stop until it's done, till you're broken. So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the lighter. Feel it burning through your veins as we're walking through the flames, getting higher. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
We return to the dark. With no beginning, we return to the T intersection of a massive underground labyrinth hallway, and a robot with a very interesting long pointed hat, very French pointed hat, with a small feather at the edge of one side. His body, while cloaked and robed in what looks like tapestry that was just cut to fit his mold, there is a lot of dust covering and coming off of his body as he walks. And where you guys met at this intersection, Heron coming from the left side, this robot coming from the right side, Oscar coming from the far end, and you guys coming from the back side. As you all intersect, the two here from the back side, the robot spoke about what that gate was. Some sort of heavenly gate being targeted. We return with this robot. Our lord will be arriving shortly. You may wait here and see how long the prison giant waits before attacking. But I doubt the lords, even with their immense speed, could locate us in minutes. In the minutes it will take to handle this monstrous creature. But may I just say, excluding the child you have brought before with you, gesturing to Sophia, who looks severely burned and maybe should not be in this fight. No, I can fight. The four of you are, by all accounts, royalty. Records go back far for 900 years. I can trace your races across those periods. So I have tried to keep informed.
I forgot Heron was here.
Until my post down here. You hear a kind of like, and you see some stuff spit or extract from the central mouth area of this moving robot scream mouth contraption. This place contains the oldest warren man has ever made, created in Kings Bay some 400 years ago. This place was once a major passageway for the mages and warriors who were forced into the underground while the moon was high. He repeats. It appears the prison walker is trying to alter the essence of the gate, either to open or close. Where it comes from, or to somewhere else. And he says, I am honored to be fighting beside four noble bloodlines, four noble warriors, Akamimi, the Iridi warriors, and the future Rasa. And it puts its sword into the ground.
The fuck is a Rasa?
Are you proficient in religion?
Of course.
Make a roll for me.
Good night.
Not one. Oh, Russian, yes.
Good night, well for it.
Maybe a derogatory term for you.
Yeah, it seems likely.
That's your. Yeah,
The fuck you just say to me?
I mean, he called you a noble, and then he calls you on a side. You're like, that's not even an Eldritch Witch ringing. You see Harris is, I guess we're the already warriors?
I'll explain things.
Very interesting why you're down here, tall robot. And you... Yeah, kind of there's a definite moment of pause. Robot says, the former black market leaders, the Knights of Perdition, and the Overseer have largely been supplanted by Mitso's operation. However, illegal arms have never been a major component of the guild's business, and its scheduled existence exists underground like flies that move under the Overseer's radar. But given his apparent ambition, it would be unwise to assume that Mitso will stop there. He will be worth watching closely, and he will be kind. That may not be before that sound, that sight changes. It's your choice. I will fight you, voodoo. And you had already seen the Minotaur from behind you guys sprint ahead and just disappear the direction that Oscar came from.
What are your thoughts?
And right now you can only hear the kind of faintest wind sound coming from behind Oscar, in the direction he came.
I do not really know what he knows of me, and I am definitely not a noble. We do have a child with us, so we need to work around that.
Oh yeah, can one of you fix her? That'd be great.
I can, but it's the battle ahead might be more... I already did heal both of you. Are you sure she's going to fight? Otherwise I'd rather reserve...
I think if we have to fight, she should stay behind.
I mean, reserve healing if she's to stay behind. That is up to you. I won't...
Can you still do your summoning?
Sophie's like, I can call a predator. Yeah.
Do you have to be near it?
No.
Okay, you can just call it a no.
What does a predator mean? I thought you were gonna summon an elemental.
I can do that, but before I summoned a giant lion.
Let's stick with the elemental.
Okay. You watch her materialize a book. It's kind of like out of the shadow. It seems to curl down her arm. Shadows kind of amassing and blocking, blurring out her hand until something appears.
Perhaps not summoning it now.
She's like, I can't stop!
Okay. Yeah. No. I'll wait.
No.
I'll wait till you give me the signal, but I can hold it at the ready. I just can't prepare it at the ready.
This creature looks quite dangerous. Are you two up for it?
If the alternative is leaving it to release, killing unknown amounts, do we have a choice?
You always have a choice.
Sorry, who is this guy?
Ready?
I mean, who are you? Who is that guy? More important.
That
I am Lord
No, I'm not pointing to anything.
Constable.
There's something up there. They're like the enemy we're supposed to kill.
One, I'm not exactly sure. I've been guarding this tunnel for decades. Nothing has entered here. Nothing moved past me. And yet, upon your arrival, but minutes before he crossed this tunnel, something started to glow. I only know that this chamber should never have been accessed, and that nothing in here should have been released. So it means something is trying to penetrate the last remaining human-made one, or the oldest.
We can probably take him.
And to describe what it looked like again for Oscar, for the audience, it was a towering giant-like shape with a pure form of color-shifting light. Its eyes, the only skeletal part of its body is its upper body and its head and its arms. Its head, sunken eyes, and little pinpricks of orange color which seem to illuminate from an orange glow around it. But that is the only dull color glowing from it. Its body seems to be emanating a strange white and blue mist that seems to glow with an almost white radiance underneath. Its form skeletal and illuminated by the white and blue hues, you were noticing its physical form transparently moving through the mist. Like the mist could move through it as it could move through this. And in the last battle you were in, the last big battle, Oscar, you and the rest of the party as just encountered, witnessed a kind of reverse of that, in that a darkness was able to completely shadow itself and allow physical forms to glide through without causing any harm. That made the entire battle against that dark force you faced in the Feywild much more difficult in the early stages of the battle. This creature's arms you were watching lose translucency and bend back and forth between unnatural amorphous shapes and then back into claws. You have an idea that this creature may not be fully tethered to the plane or is intentionally untethering itself.
Are you not capable of hitting something that's not quite there?
As you mentioned, it does look like this.
If this happened like the last battle we fought with the Dark One, it will be a challenge.
No.
Great.
I'd say 50% of my shots landed, and it was half the strength.
I've never heard of this type of creature before. Or...
You can make a religion check.
Okay.
16.
You've probably heard of the undead giants and how in some way in history they were undiscovered, regathered. You know that their powers actually as a giant clan were much older and much more unique. They could dabble in a few more areas.
This creature is either bound to a realm not here, or is trying to enter a realm not here. Regardless, it is powerful. So, probably more powerful than the creature you just faced. If you wish to back out, you can.
What are you gonna do?
I'll fight it.
From behind you. Karen takes off his two armored gauntlets, just tosses them aside. I've got one more trick up my sleeve.
And you? Cicero,
What was the question?
what are you going to do?
I don't know, stab it probably. I'll give it a go.
When we fight, would you lot be able to give me 30 seconds?
No. That's far too long.
I need time to commute.
Let's start now.
This figure, is it? So it's misty.
Yeah, you can see it like the very distant end of the corridor, and you can probably only just see its head and the mist that's kind of corporeally going through its body and out of it, and it's kind of entering and emerging from the mist here.
How far away is it?
You're about at least 100 feet. Good. Because I'm trying to keep you guys away from it, like you would have the instinct.
So what do you need the 30 seconds for?
To commune with the gods.
Can you do it from now?
Can you do it while walking?
I need to be currently engaged.
Shouldn't you know this?
I forget.
I thought you
I
were,
have too many powers of my own.
I thought you were like a...
No, we are different.
Can I just stab
we,
you and then you start it
We have
now
some,
and then
we have
it
some blood
applies?
relations, but
For me to
it's like a 30 removed cousin.
For me to receive any strength from the gods, I must see my prize. I must be engaged with my hunt. And then once...
You can see your
And then
prize.
once you're engaged, you sit there for 30 seconds.
Yes.
You're a terrible
How
hunter.
close do you have to be? Because you can see it from here.
Close.
How close?
How close? Don't you dare say 30 feet.
30 feet.
This is like a bonus action? Fucking free action?
So you're able to hold it up.
No.
That'd be like a raid boss sort of situation.
You hear from the ground just tick, tick, and like 6 seconds of very, very quiet sword presses into the ground from this robot beside you. And then all of a sudden there's this kind of universal ringing at all of your ears, and you are mind linked for 10 minutes.
Great.
Do you think you could ask before you cast a random spell on random people? That'd be great. Just for the future.
He doesn't respond.
Yeah, it's broken. That's unfortunate.
I might be able to get away with 20 seconds.
That's not
It's
that
more,
doesn't-
more
reasonable?
manageable? No, it's not.
It's not even
Your
reasonable.
powers are ridiculous.
Would it work if the robot speaks? If I levitated you 30 feet off the ground above it?
Sure. As long as I'm within 30 feet of it. And it's not trying to kill me.
You accidentally
You have to be in
flinched 31
combat,
foot.
but it has to not be trying to
Specifically,
kill
it
you.
needs to not kill me within those 30 seconds.
And what happens after
Do you
that?
become a god?
No.
No.
Far off it.
What happens?
It takes me a while to receive strength from the gods. It will just mean that I will receive as
Can
much
you
strength as I
request
can
an
get.
expedited ceremony?
Unfortunately not.
I can keep you levitated for 48 seconds.
And then you will fall down on him.
That should be enough.
How strong is over here?
Stronger than I am
Can
currently.
he deal bludgeoning damage to the creature by falling on him?
Could you, like,
Oh, it's
pick up a horse?
like a rib as he falls. I deal the wrong damage to him. Or with his telekinesis, you can throw him down there.
I could probably
Violent thrust.
turn a horse to mush.
Okay, so you don't get stronger, you get fire powers?
No. I just get more powerful. It's
In
complicated.
what way? Tell me. Give me specifics.
By the way,
My
when
physical
when start
capabilities are
approaching, we will request you for
Not in a
stat-
way that
not stat
increases my
DC,
strength,
but
but
that's
it
when we're
increases my
60-foot range.
ability to deal damage.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a standard.
It makes
Like
I
how?
like that. You're slowly like walking up and assessing.
because
it
I'm
from afar.
suffused
Like
with divine
AC.
power.
So you do
Pretty
like
good to. Yeah.
radiant damage,
If not for you, if I.
so you're stronger.
No,
35.
So your strikes are more accurate.
I mean yes, but they also have more power behind them.
Mm-hmm.
But the force isn't necessarily from my strength.
Mm-hmm.
You seem very not on board with this.
I'm just, you're real hard to read.
I mean, 24
So we're not
seconds is
gonna
long.
bang on the 34 seconds thing.
No.
We'll
Oh
just
no, I
kill
wouldn't.
it
I
before.
wouldn't back on it. I'm still probably.
You've made such a huge deal out of
still
it.
probably,
I don't really know why you told us.
but I figured I would
But
I will go in first, and you stay behind me, so his aggro.
It was more of just a warning that, if you're all fighting, I will probably be standing back.
This is not really important. Cool. Okay, 7d6 damage on hurling you with telekinesis.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Do I take that damage?
Yeah, you both do.
Why?
Because it's hurling a fucking object.
Can I resist this spell?
Initially.
Hmm.
you can give it a go.
You can resist and not be within 30 feet.
Oh, well.
I think you should just fucking
Is it
walk.
considered falling damage?
Yeah. So
Oh.
you can take less.
Yeah.
Or not, maybe. I don't know. It's only because it's a...
I take 7 damage.
Is that really hovering him above him then?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, he hovers and throws me.
1 point per 25.
Now no.
Oh, it can be up to 1 point per 25 or up to 6 per 25. Depending on how heavy you are. So you're over the cap. Okay. Whatever. I just went through a bunch of useless shit.
Don't worry about it. Alright, are we ready?
Yes, let me head first, and then you two follow behind.
Oh. I'll give us a prayer as we walk through.
Yes, please focus on your thing. No additional.
No. Allow me to pray for us. We're walking well.
Okay, it would be really funny if you just let out some
Is
cry.
there any kind of subtle release of energy as you walk? It is a pretty dark hallway, except for
The
Herod's sword.
hallway gets a little lighter.
Okay.
By the way,
Everyone has a +1 to hit.
nice. I'm going to be walking slower. I'm going to be walking at 20 foot around.
Okay, so trying to make it there in 5 rounds, basically, and using your action for... so not this first round, but the next round
Everyone has a
check.
+1 to hit and against saves for fear.
I'm gonna go in this room.
Love it.
Oh, also, I'm
That's
walking
tough.
non-aggressively.
Cool.
He's just walking.
Just
Casually.
You see weapon cache, so you see a bunch of stockpiles. There are no crossbows, but there are a lot of quiver sacks of what looks like bolts and some other.
You're just in another room. It's like, hey guys, I found a bunch of shit.
You also just see a bunch of leather pauldrons and leather armaments for bodies.
look.
Not exactly sure of the size.
Oh look, we can make a pretty
A
penny
large
of
sack.
this.
And there's a large crate at the very back corner, which looks really, really old. Looks really rough.
I'll try to open it.
Okay. You use a dagger, you crack it, you realize that there is certainly a lock panel, but by the time you've cracked it, you immediately hear the actual wood frame of the lid snap, just because of how old it is. And you don't get to look inside, but you get that idea that there is some sort of cache or ores, either steel or silver. It's hard to tell from when you look down into it.
Useful.
You're able to take as many regular bolts or arrows as you might need.
Oh, it's almost like you were out of that.
And there is a regular hand crossbow that's amongst all of that. But
Oh, man, crossbows are so
Good,
cool.
I'll take it.
okay. Cool. Okay. So all good. This is 40. So you're get to here. This is now entering round 2. So Ray, at the end of that, you're just at that cusp of 60 feet. You may do your AC check.
Yep.
Expending die feature.
There's no expansion.
Yeah, there's no.
There's no rolling, it's RPS.
No, expending the feature.
There is no expansion.
Utilizing the future.
Usually, well, I guess it doesn't. You can keep using it.
Yes, it's infinite.
It is
forget
broken,
for
yes. You're correct.
Gore. Also, what can I title this creature? I don't know how to describe him.
Cool thing.
Giant ghost.
You can call it a
Ghost.
prism walker.
Prism.
Giant ghost.
Giant ghost.
Giant ghoul.
Let him go.
If anything you know is 31.
Yeah.
31.
AC's 31.
I can hit it. With your bonus, I can hit it. What were you expecting?
Wait, genuinely you can't hit it?
This is okay.
No.
You didn't notice this problem with Cornell?
What if it was a
Cornell, I
29?
hit anyone.
Bad with Cornell.
Wait, you also
Cornell was really easy to hit people because I had 10 AC.
even with your +1?
Yes.
What if he had a 29 AC?
Technically.
At 20?
Technically.
A 19.
So I could make it hittable.
Yeah, that's true. You could make it hittable.
This is when that horrible dark music comes in. It also has haste it can cast on itself and gives itself +2 AC.
Ah,
I'm
sorry.
gonna slow down to 15 feet.
It's not, yeah, you reassess this thing and you're like, oh wow. You didn't really have a full understanding of the curse that lingered on the centaur creatures that they were assessing before in the last episode, but there's a strange instant like reveal of power that's coming from this thing. You have a really, really good perception. So what you see as you're kind of like the closest in proximity, that you can kind of just see down into that central room where this thing is coming out of. You can see an impact crater where something, the left side of the room, so like here, was hit, and then there is just like a broken horn and a hole in the wall right here.
Oh yeah, I
I'm gonna
forgot.
say telepathically, this one will be hard to hit. It's a very strong protection.
Are you able to break it down?
I'm gonna walk back up
Perhaps,
to the
I will
hallway
do
to
my
where
best.
Sophia is.
Alright.
She'll stay back here.
I have a strategy, but only time will tell.
Strategies are good.
I'm gonna say, here, hold this, and I give her the virus to hold.
You're
And
just,
walk back up this hallway.
you're just giving a child, take this weapon, take this other weapon, take this more weapon.
Hey,
Is
we
this
don't know
ancient
this.
scroll
We don't know the
under
scroll is
evil?
evil. I just can't hold it and fight at the same time.
She just leans it up against the post.
Okay.
It's like,
That's fine.
uh,
I trust her
Just
implicitly.
need to
I-
be as
I
non-threatening
trust
as
you.
possible and hope it doesn't hit me.
unravel. Yeah, for a touch attack, like this is for Cornell, that's a 10 to hit.
Yeah. So does OP.
This thing has a +0 to Dex. Sick.
Plus 21 natural.
Sick. I can't even.
No.
So really, we should run.
Maybe.
Yeah. I can hit it without needing anything because you're +1. Thanks.
Nice. You didn't nat 20 though.
Yeah, but I can hit it.
Fair enough.
And in all of your minds,
Well, what-
Such a shame what happened to Jonathan. She was just beginning to feel fond of his physical form.
Motherfucker.
you can hear it, but it sounds, it's in your mind, because it's clear that there's no weird like vibration for the force that it should be emanating, and you can feel that it's also directional. Despite it being in your mind. It's either linked into your mind link or has access to it. Next round.
Alright, walk faster.
20 feet. I was going to move 30 feet. Aaron moves 30 feet.
Oh shit! You guys should be behind.
Nope.
Okay, well then I'm gonna have to speed up.
Okay, and Cogsworth, sorry, should have been there the whole time. He'll be just fine. So at this point, he will cast telekinesis on you.
Is this the second round?
This is now the third round.
Oh, okay.
The second round was like way back here, so you at the kind of end of your second round of movement, you were able to do that check because you were just within 60 feet.
Can you tell me it's DR?
Yes. DR. 15. And should I tell you against which?
No.
I think that's part of the numerical. I swear it's part of the numerical value, right?
Yeah, it's well, technically, I could ask, what's your DR against, like, one of these things?
Sure. Yeah.
DR against.
Does
Well,
he
no.
also against something?
Like against magic.
No, DR
or cool.
is just a static thing.
Oh, cool. So,
So you,
Because DR just affects all physical. So you won't be able to tell what bypasses DR, but
Yeah.
you know what it's just gonna like.
well, I mean, I think
Take off
technically
every
you
physical.
could go and say, what's your DR against this? But yeah.
Well, no, because
Cool.
it's not DR against.
Oh, it's just what bypasses.
Mm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so DR 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another actiony coup. Okay, so that keeps you there. You get telekinesis on him, so he can shove you a good distance because he's smart. Is he smart? We'll check. He's smart. He's got smarty pants in him.
I would hope so.
15 intelligence. Okay, good. Maybe 50 feet.
What? That was a bit
you
close.
consented, but
And then he has to pull you up further next round. So that's all he can do. Where is my puff?
Perth time. I love Perth.
I believe in him. I implicitly trust
At this
this person.
range, you are within 30 feet, so your stuff is.
Cool.
His 6 auras take active. Make a fort save or die.
Probably, yeah. I'll instantly fail the first one and I'll be fit and I'll be able to do it.
Sounds epic.
My stuff literally turns off. I'm fit.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I could wait. That means I could fuck you over so easily.
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't think you need to bother doing that, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Maybe just chop his legs off and I'll fuck him over too.
I don't have that ability.
So
yes, you do.
so am I doing the thing now?
I walked down the hall. I jogged to catch up with him. As soon I just throw the scroll at her and walk away.
Yeah, that's what you hear behind you.
Yeah.
She's very nervous and is unsure of what she's going to do. But Heron will jump forward
You should run away with me, die.
and he will do a breath attack. But as he breathes towards it, he does nothing.
Blah.
You watch the ripples of the weird mist on his body seem to like shiver, but the fire, as Oscar's kind of beginning to float on the bone, you watch as the fire goes through the bone, through the hand, passes completely through the body, kind of immolates the further kind of blackened into the chamber. And Heron says, "I thought this would be a problem, so I've got one idea." And
Starts turning more.
he drops his sword at the end of his turn and holds his hands kind of out.
Please enlighten us.
At the end of his turn.
Did it react at all? It's not even looking at us.
No.
Where is it looking at?
Looking, well, as you're kind of at a good enough angle, you can see that there's. It more or less was looking down, but you've got the idea that its head and the angle of its eyes, like you're able to see one kind of glowing ember from the corner of its eye socket from this angle, but it is looking down, kind of just this way. You're not close enough to see all of the destruction, like which you're getting there. So when we come to this round now, you're noticing at the base of where there has been one impact through a wall, there is a horn. You're very aware that that's probably the Minotaur's horn, like blown off of its body while it was tunneled through the thing. So this thing obviously had some defensive measure, or just decided to send the Minotaur through a wall.
Pretty fun.
Yet physical attacks,
There's a hole in the wall.
heating attacks just went through it. So you're getting an idea that it's not always corporeal. Last time you fought this, big problem. There wasn't much you could do until it bound itself from that form. And now we move into the next round. Oscar is solidly above this creature. I'm not gonna actually up here. Just like floating up here. You see that below it, Oscar, you look like the only one, and its body's emanating light from the kind of strange glowing clouds. Like the clouds itself have a weird light inside of them. the circle underneath, which is a pentagram, has 5 different areas of color. You can see, interestingly, 2 of them, 2 on one side are glowing. One looks like a half crescent, and one looks like a really tiny 3/4 moon. Both glowing with a bright red color. You can see there's like 3 other areas on that sigil where there's no glow, but clearly something. Can you move up? Is your whole turn activating your stuffs?
I'm going to hold my turn until combat starts with it.
I'm gonna move faster because everyone started preceding me.
Okay, so you move this full 30.
Yep.
Right to the tip of the stairs. You look down. You see the destruction of the room. You see that there are interesting kind of like devil symbols holding up pillars at the corner of the room, and there are clearly like embedded mechanical crossbows in the walls that look to be ready to fight. Like this is a trapped room, even though it looks like maybe once it was a much wider gladiator arena or gladiator.
I will think there's a sigil beneath it, a pentagram of sorts. Could be what's either allowing it to exist in this realm, or perhaps what's using to break into another one. Might be worthwhile for us to destroy it.
What's in the crater in front of it that's looking at?
You can't see anything like it's as in like there's like kind of like a drag mark where you can see something flew across the floor, broke a little bit of debris, and then the hole through the wall leads to a very dark inside chamber. Like there's no glow from the inside, but you can see broken minotaur horn just like it's like lying on the very inside of the wall, and you're getting the idea that this thing is just like without physical attacks, thrust through the wall, breaking into some other cabinet space.
Well, is it possible this has a defensive spell on it or something?
Could be.
You certainly don't hear any minotaur.
You should cast
sound.
Detect Magic and find out.
What is that?
Allows you to detect magic.
Yes, please do.
I can do
Who's the
it.
other
So
one?
if you're at the distance.
Oh, brilliant. We can wait here for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll just use my action for HP, please. Happy.
I want to look up in that room.
1,346.
No, dumbass, it's infinite.
Just reach out.
That sounds too busted. No. Fair enough.
236.
Does it really?
Okay, so you can kill it in 3 rounds.
Sick. 2 rounds. That's good.
Yeah, if you crit.
Forage.
Yeah, so I say in my head, I'm gonna look up that room over there, and then I go into this room over here.
So you curve the bed, come through, walk in here, and you see some sort of
Oh, there's a room there? I make this room. But that room, but cool. Yeah, I'll search that first. It's in the way.
keg storage room. You just see it off the side. Looks like there's a bunch of barrels. Could be ale barrels. You see one like keg holder where.
I use my action to open one of them.
You should start
You
drinking
actually
and
do
then
that?
realize it's oil.
Okay.
Maybe it's yummy.
Crack it.
Poison. Acid.
Strong oil smell as it opens, and you don't even like flip the lid. Your sword just carves.
Oh, no,
through
it's
the
just
wood.
like, yeah,
It's so the actual wood itself is like petrified. It's old. It's really old.
Use the fire dagger.
It's not on.
It is a combustible dagger, so any critical hit does explode it. Good hitting with a certain amount of force.
Oh,
No,
hey,
actually, you see
there's a
that.
bunch of oil here.
You've only moved 15 feet. So
We could put it next to his feet and then blow it up so they can do nothing.
you're guessing maybe not all of these are oil because you're seeing like a bucket that's like clearly meant for moving around. Probably water, not oil. So there's probably some water barrel in there, but yeah. And a keg, but that doesn't smell of like rotting, like what's it called? Doesn't smell of ale, wine, old or anything.
Yeah, it's 20 feet left. I'll keep going in this room.
Yeah. Stairs, gorge. You can see storage corners of what looks like a library. I mean, this is a pretty impressive space.
Is it?
Reserved for what could be like yeah, and it's not dwarven design innately for registering. This is a lot of really old, simple human make stuff. It's definitely not like this decade or this, maybe not this century. At this point, you can't see everything. You can see there's a few distant chests, more boxes, and a few shelving units which look to be empty.
Sick.
Like they've obviously once held stuff. Now, cool. That is your turn.
What's Heron doing?
Heron did a breath attack.
That was last round.
It's in rounds.
That was.
Just doing things.
We also have roll initiative.
You.
That's why we're not in rounds.
Yeah. The kind of ethereal ghost sound pick up again, and you see her go, "Oh, I'm sick of it." He grabs, kicks his sword across the ground.
Come.
It slides and it lands like at the base of the stairs. You see, Heron looks like he's about to jump, but he's actually like squatting. He enters some sort of weird, like hunched. You kind of look back, and you've seen him do this once. There's an amazing ability from someone who's chosen by a Sephira, that if the Sephira is willing, they can be granted an aspect on call, and it certainly expends a lot of their energy. And you've seen them enter this post once. There are repercussions, like he's imposing the will of a creature that it can impose wills with laws. So his will can materialize a law if he channels the energy of his Sephira. His words have a direct effect on the law itself, while these higher quasi-entities can normally be more prepared. You see, Heron is doing this in a moment of frustration. So he kind of squats, holds his hands together like this in a kind of like, I don't know if this is probably like Avatar. I have not watched the show. And then more Kung Fu Panda does a kind of spiral hand motion and pulls his hands back together like this. And you notice that at that last moment, there is a fire that flickers up from his bottom hand.
It's like that JJK scene.
It's JJK scene that does this. Oh, cool. I knew it would be from somewhere. Anyway.
Yeah, he goes like this. He goes.
Oh, is that the Sukuna thing? Sorry. Oh, well, they close.
Suck on ma.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take inspiration.
Be like, curse of volcano melts.
That's also, yeah, that guy. He pulls
No,
back
he goes like this.
his hand and stretches the fire out.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking inspiration from Sukuna.
Saikuna.
Saikuno.
Hey, it's Saikuno here.
I'll do that.
That's not what it sounds like.
Yeah, well.
Hey guys, Saikuna here. Oh no, I took another breath. What's that?
That's still not what he sounds like.
Aaron, doing this, says, it's hiding without its physical form. Inspire change it, help us.
What did he just say?
Glowing a bright red, his hands stretching out, forming some sort of long streak of fire, which he catapults forward using. He seems to, like, in a squat motion, then leap into the air, and instead of throwing it like an arrow, he seems to stretch it out, pull it back together, and then huck it, throw it. NFL throw, sort of, but more like a kind of chaotic mass of fire, like a whip. There's almost that like hang back of fire that whoosh, missing Oscar.
Nice.
But even as that fire drifts over your head, you're realizing like the connection it has to a divine being and then another divine being. And the divine being you register and recognize there's a difference. One, there's clearly an aspect of Tuella in this. The other is very much the physical rupturing of reality in fire as it carves over your head. It's like lightning. You get an ozone smell burn from it as it passes
You
through
guys
you.
should worship gods. It's really fun.
And he's saying, we can crack this thing! and as the fire coils around it, you see its kind of neck area is surrounded by 3 or 4 strands of burning fire, and its flickering, translucent, amorphous form seems to still have all of that smoke around it, but suddenly the bones kind of flicker and then just lose that, not hollow, but that transparent, kind of slightly opaque color, fully materializing.
Good work, Heron.
You should have said you could do that.
So long as the stone beneath holds, her strength will make ethereal creatures real.
And then he runs forward, grabs his sword off the ground, and is prepared in a motion to spear up. But that's the end of his turn.
Please die.
Should be probably initiative.
You realize that he clearly activated something that dispels a great problem that happened last battle. Last battle it was by the monster's choice, this one is by yours.
Get on.
You see,
Should have done it in the last
It's
battle.
impressive.
Why?
I didn't realize you could do this.
you see from underneath the sigil, like here and here and here, what Heron said came true. And as the form above it materializes, you see like bone hands stretching out from underneath the stone tablet and just like sticking and are stuck, half materialized out of the floor.
Yeah.
Some like maybe 10 or 15 hands just seem to all be trying to emerge out and have materialized themselves stuck in place, half infused in stone.
The souls that were used to fuel this.
Materialized. I want Ray to make me a insight check.
The songs they were into.
Sense motive.
I was right.
13.
Okay. This is a sense motive on yourself.
Okay.
God, we love those.
Interesting.
Do you get it right?
Do you have proficiency in local?
Yes. Oh my god.
I'll need you to also make me a local check.
Because you failed it as well.
Gonna need you to roll.
Okay, well that was a nat 19, so 26.
Good.
There's the magic that you just saw get applied is unlike anything you've seen before. So you've never understood its limits in that you've recently understood that it existed. So its limits are beyond you, and what Heron just did is something that you only saw being capable of done by the monster itself in the previous battle before. If it is able to, as Heron said, alter law, that would... Your insight check on yourself is more to make sure that you're at least somewhat comforted by the fact that you're pretty sure it isn't going to affect the other problems, such as only spirits that were affecting your island. So if Heron said make them corporeal, that would be very bad. You're hoping that this is a small radial law effect.
No, it's the whole world.
All corporeal creatures in the world are now.
All corporeal creatures in the world become not incorporeal.
Thanks, Heron.
Very bad if that is...
Jonathan appears as like a gross, misshapen sludge.
God, it's Voldemort.
But
Wow.
you do notice in that same moment where he activated that law, the creature became more material, and then bone arms emerged from underneath the stone tablet. But then they seem to be stuck or lost or just petrified or dead.
It's like Ghost from Chainsaw Man.
And in that moment you see, the horrifying arm thing. I love that. You see the skeletal form turn itself towards and down towards Heron on the floor.
Thanks, man.
Good Ghost.
And it says,
You will be our final sacrifice. I will do the work. Rise, Mamoro.
and you hear ray from behind you, and Oscar, you see from the corner of that chamber there, the same thing that happens here. You see
The wall disconnected itself.
the wall explodes,
And a big old monster spawns.
shattering the debris,
Mongo
and
debris.
a massive chunk of bone and armor emerges itself from the wall.
You got this. This was yours.
Yeah, this one's yours. You got.
And from the other side of the chamber, stepping forward.
Yep, this one's
Yeah,
mine.
you got that one though.
There.
I'll get it.
He's still pretty far
Me
back.
when one big enemy is not enough.
You guys don't have to worry about one CR16 15 creature. You have to worry about two CR10 creatures.
And the CR
And the
16 creature.
Yeah, well,
Guys, no one said the CR31 creature though.
that's true. Because you're not playing.
That's you.
Yeah, that's Order Dynasty, baby. God territory.
Does your ceremony only affect this one person?
Are they all considered undead?
Yes.
That is effectual.
Probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
Great.
I'll go after this guy.
Yeah,
Now,
please do.
now we'll roll initiative as pre-opening story starts and ends.
Surely that was a surprise round. For the
In
undead
a way
skeletons.
that surprise round for the
we're
chosen that they
expecting-
emerged. I wouldn't say anything else.
Yeah.
I'm notorious for low rolling initiative.
Did you get a 29?
9.
Same.
9.
Great. I got a 10.
We are
Wait, 9, 9, and 10.
Wait, what's your bonus?
higher. I wish I could have a plus.
Stabs up. You can hear it deflect off something. Something physical, something that sounded like. And then a little fire explodes inside of his body as that mist and tangling color of white light seems to be suddenly influenced.
Good on, Heron.
Little bits of red glow shoot up of its cloudy, misty form. I've got one more, and he stands up, and nothing happens. And he says, I'm figuring out where to punch this thing.
Okay, but when you say nothing happens, what do you mean nothing happens?
Like he slides his weapon into the place where he attacked us before, and it seems to do nothing.
He missed.
Like last time, when it hit, you heard a little shink, and like a small flicker of fire burst up through.
Tang!
Yeah, you had a little tang
Ching.
and a miss.
Die Lion! He's gonna go on Sophia soon, because I'm not gonna worry about it. He'll do an attack on big zombie boy.
Jimmy Burr.
Okay.
How long does the dire lion last?
Longer than me.
1 round.
1 round per castle, so pretty good.
So 6 rounds.
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Damn, you didn't even react.
It's not that good.
I'll let you in combat with this thing.
It's 40-foot movement
I need 10
speed,
rounds to
and
shot it.
it's plus
I know. It's pathetic.
12 to hit. That's
Sorry, weak.
Yeah.
I made a character who's
That's
not
what's funny.
good at combat.
No, you didn't. If you're good at combat, it would take you 30 seconds to join the combat.
6. Beautiful. Double one.
I'm better at combat than you.
That's true, you are. Because you can join immediately.
I'm gonna lie.
Technically, I can fight and do it, but it's cooler if I don't.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's quite lame, actually.
I don't want to die before I get it off.
So the lion did 26 points of damage.
Title of your sex tape. God, lion.
Precisely.
On a bite attack and just starts gnawing into the leg of the giant.
Oh, good. I don't even have to help him.
That's the sound you get behind you. Next is the giant's turn, and it automatically makes its hit. So I'm just going to.
Huh? No, it doesn't. Wait, is this a
You get
surprise
that
round?
one.
Oh no, the giant here has a plus 22 to hit, so it's just going to hit.
So you'll talk about.
No, that guy also gets to go now, but
He's called
he'll come down to here.
It's called a prison whatever.
You know the
Yeah, you
not
wanna-
the big central guy. He got a natural one. He's bottom of finish.
Yeah, okay.
He goes last.
And that's a
Don't worry about it. Still think so.
It's okay. You're allowed to speak. Let's speak. Ooh! Okay. Lion took 19 points of damage, so at this point,
It's how hell.
Lion is tougher. Beautiful. Does it say I have 2 attacks? Oh, fuck.
Roll once. CO 10.
1 second. No matter. Okay. Cog goes. Cog will. This is your 3rd round in the air? No, 4th round. This is your 4th. Fuck. This should be your 5th round, I think.
Technically, it's my 2nd round.
Of doing your thing?
I haven't started on my thing yet.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah.
He only had 8 rounds of it total, so you're 4 rounds into telekinesis.
First round, we got here.
Yeah.
And then the second round, we got here. And then third round, we're up here.
Sure.
So this is the
This is the. He will. And
do
you
it
try
in
to
20
cast
seconds.
a spell on this thing, and you see basically nothing. Beautiful. Cicero. Followed by Oscar, followed by Ray.
Watch
But you guys
this.
can go together if you have. But Oscar.
No, I'll go before.
Oh no.
This guy's more.
There's more enemies now. We should retreat.
Smack!
Or...
Here, let's get smacked.
Thanks. Hmm.
Go after the small one.
Or maybe summon the elemental thing, that'd be great. Instead of the stupid lion that I told you not to summon.
Alright,
I didn't mean to summon the lion, it was an accident. It came out.
We're gonna have to fix your...
I'll use,
I'm gonna have to send you the ultimate picture.
I will cast Divine Favor on myself. And then as a swift action, I will use Judgment of Justice. So you see,
From the sky.
see Oscar's eyes sort of close for a second. He mutters something, and then his eyes flash open, pure white now. Light sort of trailing off. Electricity begins to spark around him, and his hair. You see his long curly hair almost starts to like become almost amorphous. And that's it.
Okay.
Sick.
Like his hair isn't, as he's floating above, your hair isn't just falling down like the girl. Your hair is like aerated somehow.
Aerated.
Aerated. Raised
Or
by
10,000 taste buds?
hair. Flying out, soaring in hair.
I'm getting a little bit of.
Shredded to the fibers.
Is that mint?
Citrus.
No, this one just lime.
Okay, Ray. You're up.
No.
Yeah. Right, big old daddy.
5, 10, 15, 20. I was like debating, is that 5, 10, or is that 5?
Yeah, no,
Oh yeah, it's 5.
You're a master debater.
You're gonna... if he has 10 foot radius,
He has
he has
15 foot.
attack.
He's flat-footed, but
flat-footed?
he's not too happy to play.
No, he's flat-footed. It's just got 29.
Technically, if I move around him...
He can't take reactions because he's flat-footed.
Yeah, okay, good. So I
Not
can
that
do
you
10
know
Because
foot,
it's the
that.
first round. Yeah, first round.
5...
First round.
Jake, I can't see
Yeah,
one
sure.
more.
5, 10.
Thank you.
Just
Yep.
10.
And then you've got 11, 12, 13.
It's 14.
If you want to get
Pine.
flanking,
Yeah, well, I don't have
you didn't want
movement
15
speed.
feet of
I
movement.
don't have. That was okay.
That's also an attack of opportunity.
Well, he said he couldn't attack.
Or you can still take attacks of opportunity unless
He's flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Start on that.
He's done immune?
Either way, this is for his
That's
benefit.
crazy.
Sorry, I'll say.
Oh, good on us.
Alright.
Yeah, nice.
Nice little flat-footed feet up there. So, -2 AC.
Has
Doing
anyone?
this from my flanking? I ain't going down there. There's 2 guys there now. What do you expect me to do?
Well, Heron's there, so he's...
Yeah, flank for Heron, not me. Thanks.
Has anyone
Thanks, Bud.
that I've seen attacked it with a weapon yet?
Yes, Heron. Stabbed up, and that one successful attack. Fire you didn't see if that did anything, but yeah, physical attack did seem to do something.
Okay, let me create my table real quick. 1, 1, 0, 1. So start initiative. I have to spit it and going to attack it
Okay. Take die, Buster.
at advantage.
Fuck, that sucks.
+1, so it's actually +20. That misses with 28.
Not her.
With the man. Oh, yeah, it's time now.
No, it needs a 31.
no, -2 flat-footed.
Only for the first round, flat-footed.
That didn't help.
Yeah,
But oh no, I can't do a second attack because I need a full round.
So you become so close to sliding through and you're watching that mist obscure its underlying physical form, which you're realizing you're not seeing even when you pass through its body trying to strike. You don't see like bone stubs on their feet. It's probably drifting off the ground still, much like a ghost would.
Right, go after the sigils beneath you. You seem to be growing.
Okay.
And you kind of a slightly dull red color is now with 3 sigils glowing slightly underneath the creature. So yeah, that's visible. But the glowing white and blue energy off the monster is also pretty bright.
Any specific part I should attack?
No clue.
As Ray kind of looks through the body, you're realizing
head.
there's a glow coming from above the monster, and that's Oscar. But then, as you had noticed that glow from the face of the monster, there's like this faint orange color in the eyes, and you realize they're probably like they're reflecting light from Heron's sword. But that orange glow is getting brighter and brighter, and now it's a point where it's just like 2 massive balls of light. That is, and even for Oscar, as you're above it, looking down, you're realizing that light around his face is it's magnifying quite quickly.
It's charging up a sun.
Something's going to happen. But that is its turn, followed by Sophia, who's running, followed by Heron, who's making 2 more attacks. And they both hit. And let's just see if his bit of damage can work. Okay, cool. So, with both successful hits, you see fire burning up through this creature, and a kind of ting of metal-sounding swords slashing against bone. Next is the armored giant, which smashes down onto 1 Heron and 2 the lion. That's going to succeed. Natural 20 for Heron, and that looks like a natural 1. Is that a 1 or a 7? I think
Just roll it. Roll it again.
this is a pre-confirmed. Well, that's a natural 1 would have been great. But that's from Heron.
No.
Nice for him.
5, 12, 17, then 4. Still first big blow.
It's not bad.
And then their second attack.
There's a lot of damage. That's not that much.
How nice.
Would be for you.
48 total damage.
Feel like.
You're running out from that. Oh, wow. Yeah. Good on you.
Thanks. I try really hard.
So Brandt and Ryan. Let's see.
You know, you
I'm
really,
so good at
you
dodging.
really work yourself up these days.
Yep.
Good on you.
The lion is looking back. You can hear the kind of the slightly wailful whines of a vehicle suffering greatly. It's gone. Cog. Still holding up there.
You can drop it if you want.
Please do something useful instead.
Okay, he'll drop you into it.
You do it.
So you take 7 plus damage, and the giant will take 76.
Really, he lands me here, yeah.
You absolutely. I think like even your ability to kind of like pirouette off of its skeletal frame allows you control over it.
Well, I got a 29, but it has normal AC now anyway, so I may.
Slide up at it, and you realize that even Cicero, you've got the best eyes. You realize through the kind of sporadic array of color and like shape-shifting lights in front of it, that strikes Heron's done towards the body. There is no wound on the bone. Looks like Heron's physical attacks do basically nothing. But the fire that you saw emanating up looked the most prominent in that it was doing fire things. So if this thing is resistant to fire, it's not showing it. This thing does look strong, capable of resisting physical attacks.
Okay, Aaron, just put the sword away. Just blow it up instead.
There's there. I've got another strong. I can.
Nope. The sword's blown, you didn't do anything to it. With the fire did. Sort of.
Well, let me see if my hammer of justice can. My magical attack hammer can do something. Don't just say that. It's deeply hurtful. Oscar, your turn.
Yeah, does it look like the sigils are growing?
Yeah.
Is there a sigil underneath me?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to.
It's you, Ray, and Cicero in that position right now.
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. I'm going to do my first attack against the sigil.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
Plus 17. So.
Do 20 is your AC for the sigil.
26.
So what's the sigils like actually protecting us and just holding it back?
Roll some damage.
How much extra damage do I have?
10 damage is your first.
Okay. So 16 plus 6.
Because, 8. 8.
22
Was
plus extra 2, 24. 24 damage on the first attack.
Okay. You punch down, and you feel like it hits. You're not aiming for the stone, you're aiming for the sigil. The thing that glows, and as you crack it, you see glass like spiders fracturing the actual the red glow. It's kind of more like an orangish red glow, and definitely doesn't look like glass. Looks like you just punched crystal, really thin crystal, really hard. And as you are removing your fist, you're now noticing there are threads of light emerging out, and you take 5 points of radiant damage as you're starting to notice, like, from underneath the cracks, lots and lots of small streams of light are starting to just go vertically straight up from the sigil you crack with your fist. And you can feel the sizzling of skin at your knuckle.
It feels like it's still on.
You have no idea.
Did that
So you
work?
do a 16 check, that's...
I'm not sure. Maybe attack the other ones.
Its physical form would crack into the bone of one of its legs, and you hear small sounds of popping and shattering of interior fragments of the bone. It's now Ray.
So seeing and hearing what he's said,
And as he punched down, you saw beside him there's now just small amounts of light shooting up from the ground, just hitting the ceiling above you and bypassing the creature.
I'll also use my swift action to. You see the electricity die out for a second, and then instead you see you see little cords of red rope begin to start to stitch up some of his wounds.
I'm gonna fucking need it. We need to ditch
Well,
this
that's
guy
actually-
as fast as
you-
possible.
So how many more sigils of like those crystals?
You see, there's only 2 that are glowing right now,
Okay.
but this is a pentagram, so there's 5 areas where these sigils can be. 2 of them aren't illuminated, 1 broken, 2 are illuminated.
And are they like extruded off the floor?
Actually, they're weirdly indented in the floor,
Oh, okay.
but they're very kind of obvious. But it's more like you can only tell if you're on the monster you're fighting, and
Yeah.
you realize that its feet don't exist, so there's nothing covering it. It's just kind of obscure.
So I'm going to do a stabby, and I'm not going to stand over it. I'm going to stand to the side just so
Nice,
I don't
yeah,
get
good move.
struck with that thing that seemed
Good
to
move.
crispen you up. Made you real
Make you
crisp.
I'll
crispy.
I use my fists, so I can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to be crisp.
No,
This
that's-
is fur.
Actually,
You know how much how much effort it is to keep this nice?
I'm sure it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a
What
lot.
fur? I got burned off by the
By the
millipede creature.
I was gonna say the second guys.
We got a little bit of growth. It's coming out now. Nice.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can fail.
You say that.
34
Yeah,
to
yeah.
hit, and then
This is very close to failing. I'm not gonna lie.
But I've also got to make a fort save. Is that right? That's your ability.
That was against the ground.
this is against.
Oh, sigil. Sorry.
Yeah.
DC was 20.
Stop rolling ones on
Yeah.
your damage.
22 damage.
It doesn't matter, but stop rolling ones.
Shadows you have stabbed through, and you only punctured the hole through this crystal where he shattered it completely. So there's much more like sporadic bursting. You have one small stream of light, like a vertical piss stream.
You might need to take the rest out. It doesn't seem I'm too effective against these.
But it is kind of like a deep yellow light that is glowing towards. where you're feeling a warmth, same with Oscar, that's like hitting your bodies. Cicero, you're very close to both of these, and you're kind of are getting it in the proximity. It's a very strange, ethereal, like heat that's kind of emanating from the two glows either side of you, and for you guys, it's just kind of like infusing in your body around. That's Ray's turn. No,
I get my full attack.
Sorry, yeah, full attack. You need a haste action too, if you.
No, I think I've expended all my haste.
Nice.
So.
One more. One more time.
Yeah. How much of the crystals left on that one?
It's hard to tell. You've probably shattered it enough.
Okay, quantity over quality.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack that other one that's near me.
Yeah.
And see how I do with that.
Okay.
That's a
39.
28 to hit.
Now, and I want to ask you before. You've attacked a glowing sigil. He's attacked a glowing sigil. To your right and to your left, there is another glowing sigil that hasn't been attacked, and then there's a non-glowing sigil. Which one do you go for?
Glowing sigil.
Cool. Yeah.
And damage. Okay, that's nearly max. 28.
Okay, cool. You stab in now 3 sides of this pentagram circle, so more than half is emanating small amounts of light. You bust through it, shudders upwards, even a greater warmth kind of washes over you.
More toasty.
Yeah, for the 3 of you, because you are now very much close to it, this is happening to you physically that you're not totally aware of. It's not really important right now.
Cancer!
But it's radiation cancer.
Love it.
What the hell? I don't like this.
And paladins would be immune to this.
Whenever you are, so this is for the future, whenever you are, I think inherent gets this, whenever you are healed by positive energy, including all cure spells, you regain an additional number of hit points equal to your total hit dice. And you gain a +4 bonus to constitution checks to stabilize when dying. You are being infused with a radiant planar infusion.
Yeah, definitely gonna need to remind us.
I can send it off.
Thank you.
And while you're feeling all of that, and now you are all in close proximity, next is the Giants, which automatically hits. The Lion is first to attack for Lion. Cool, so he hits. But now the Lion is dead.
Yay. Oh no. Got a lion.
And the Giant will
Doing a whole lot of something.
attack this guy, which he auto hits. As well, what Cogsworth first bits of damage today? It's 14.
Alright, so kill him. Is Cogsworth blinded?
Got it.
He is outside of the 30 feet.
Oh, fucking hell. Is it a 30 feet radius or not?
Yeah, because all creatures within 30 feet, so every direction. So 60 foot down. Is that right?
Yeah.
Here. That giant will give attack on Karen, which I believe he just gets a +2. 9. That's horrible.
Oh, and minus his dex.
Oh,
Yeah, he doesn't get any plus, it's just Heron loses any dex bonus and he has a minus to his AC.
That's great. He loses his dex bonus. He's already lost his armor from the previous battle, so he was lost.
Yeah, so it's really like 8 AC.
That's my half.
Yeah, nice.
He has a 16 AC.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Giants.
I have an 11.
Well, the Giants rolled
Must be
1
nice.
damage, though. That's okay. And for the second hit, I don't need to roll hits. I just roll for the crit. Another 1, so that's 26 points of damage.
I think he might die. I think there's a
One card.
TPK.
Yeah, that giant. That's a killer move.
I think David's like, I'm sick of this campaign. New one.
Wipe you all.
And Nick wants a new character? Nah. Let's get a new party.
Let's just end the campaign here on a devastating event like campaign 1.
Respect to it.
16. Heron lands his second attack on the ground.
Nice. Did you roll a 50%?
50%
Good
chance to
point. Good point. Okay, you guys decide.
Blood.
Here it is. 75. It misses.
Nice. Good work, Karen.
50% chance.
Cobbs goes. 43 you. He is going to intelligence versus strength. +2 versus +10.
Come on, big guy.
Pretty close.
I thought there was a weight limit.
Yeah, 350 pounds.
Link tells me that guy's more than
Yeah, I
350
feel like it
pounds.
could be a
He's a lot of bone, so... for
He's a
weight
lot
limit,
of bone,
he's
you're
a lot
right.
of bone.
Yeah.
Actually, that guy could be closer to
Calcium's
350
pretty
pounds.
low.
I don't think the bone's a problem, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, actually, yeah, I think you could throw this guy. I'm not gonna lie. 350 pounds for a completely skeleton frame.
He's like mostly
That club is
moisture.
fucking 350
He's
pounds.
like
That's a good point. That club is probably at least 100 pounds. Okay. He won't do that. Let's forget that. He'll just attack Big Man that's beside
Mate,
him.
you should just give him infinite weight on his telekinesis instead.
He only has it for 8 rounds, so he's got one more round. But that's just trying to see if it would be worth it.
Throw me into the ground.
But, you know, he's got a +18 to hit, so that's a 31. Good.
Wow.
That's 13. Good. Okay. That's damage. One worth many rounds. Light's gone. 18. Cool. Cicero. One last.
Okay. I'm gonna remember where I was. So I'm gonna go.
Everything around you is just white.
I'm gonna go right.
You're stumbling.
You know, like flail around with my dagger, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, where are the enemies? Somebody kill the enemies!"
Literally,
And I'm gonna-
slide your dagger off Ray's shoulder nails.
Yeah, I'm gonna run right until I hit the wall.
Just you hit Ray. Just immediately you hit Ray. 5 foot step, you hit Ray.
Oh, okay, I keep going.
And you move around Ray.
Right, hit the wall. I'm going right.
Yeah.
I'm going right from where I was. That's just to the wall. Yeah. Yeah. I slam into the wall and I slide down and I just put my hands in my frame. Why are you moving?
Because he's got a +20 every hit. I thought,
Wow.
you know, that's a 41.
Good mess with an hour.
Good. You never know.
Second.
Yeah,
Just, I mean,
probably.
okay. So it's 3d6. 17 damage.
Oh, cheap.
This is plus.
Plus the 10.
So 31.
30.
Oh, cheap.
Slams you in the back.
Okay, so I don't stagger into the wall. I smash into it. Okay. You hear the crunching of my ribs as I smash into the wall, and the giant bloodstain that my fucking head smashing into the wall it leaves
Full
on.
anime just
And
slides.
I don't put my head in my hands. I lay on the floor and go as blood pulls out of my mouth and face because my forehead's split in half.
Sophia's just hearing like, oh my god, she's on the phone line. However, Nick, if you start to die, you have a +4 at your stability.
I automatically stabilize.
Okay. Cicero's now done. Possible for the...
I will switch. Lightning appears again, and I will try to attack him twice.
13. 14.
17,
18.
Okay. Both this.
Oh, actually.
Yes, we've got 12 more seconds and then we can end the
Last
fight.
fight.
I can't wait.
31.
31 is 18.
Roll your 50%.
Upper lower.
Upper. You roll it, you fool.
There you go.
God, he did it. Whoa.
Literally 51.
Guys, I took its attack of opportunity. You can get in a good position now.
And combat reasons.
Imagine.
Skeletal reflexes.
16 damage.
Only skeletons can have combat reflexes.
Yeah.
2 damage, you did it.
One.
No, 1 damage.
Yeah.
Like his other attack did 7. Okay.
Dude,
that's
he's down
To be fair,
a little bit more.
to bypass like alignment-based DR, you do need either a +5 weapon or a +2 magical weapon with a specific enchantment.
Yeah. And for him being a monk, his fists
Or be a
are kind
cleric.
of the closest one level you can get to a +2.
Or get like a simple cleric spell and bless your weapons instead.
Yeah, you could do that, but not a cleric. So why don't you hire one?
I don't know any clerics or have any money.
Going to attack the big guy in front of us.
Also, we do have a cleric. He's hitting it.
He's a paladin.
No, he's not.
35 hits.
He's a
50,
paladin.
50
We've
upper.
done already.
15.
35 hits.
35.
50-50, I choose upper.
Why
Actually,
you
plus
roll
weapon is
it.
not a cleric spell, it's a
You
paladin.
roll it.
Then I have to get out my D100.
Upper you hit 69.
See, 69. It always, it never
Nice.
messes with
Sorry, I was wrong. 96.
Nick, blessed weapon is only a paladin spell.
Okay, I
Not
was
fair,
done
should've
with the
been 69.
conversation anyway, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
Nah.
you gotta be a first level paladin.
24.
It's pretty good.
24 damage.
Nice.
Second attack.
You crit already? What are you doing?
That's a 18 plus 14, 20, 32 hits.
Hits. Upper or lower?
Oh, lower.
Question.
What are you confused about?
What's the 10 so that's...
A 0 and a 10.
Depends on how you do it.
Do we?
Do you do 1 to 100 or do you do 0 to 99?
I do 0 to 1.
Is that how it is? Oh. What?
Do we just re-roll and I
I'm gonna
re-pick?
re-roll. No,
If
you
you're
pick-
re-rolling, I pick up on it.
Okay. God damn it. 50. I rolled.
What does it?
I
Is
rolled,
that?
I rolled 40. I rolled 40
usually
and
3
10.
zeros is 100. But that's dumb.
No, I didn't get 3 zeros. I got a 10,
So that'll be 10.
and
Yeah, so that's
10 and
100.
0. So that'd be 20, right?
No, 10 and 0 would be 100.
10, 0 would be 100.
But it also doesn't 10.
That is 10, yeah.
We found the only problem.
If you do it the smart way, which is my way, and you just add the dice together, then it makes sense.
It's almost implausible number.
Is it?
Yeah, it would have been
But it's
20.
if you have 3 zeros, that's
20, so he
100.
succeeds, or 50, which means he kills.
Usually with the
Yeah,
100s.
so 10 and 0 is 10, but 0, 0, 0
That's how
is 100.
Cool. Okay, so if you
fair.
go back, so the first one you do succeed.
So
No, I said lower.
yeah, and
the
that's
first one was
10.
Yeah, the
So
first
you
one.
succeed.
Oh, I thought you was 100.
No.
Oh.
That was what one was
But succeed!
Um,
So 27 damage.
I didn't use percentage, but
I did.
So I did
Yeah.
maybe 20 damage.
But like, yeah. No, you, as long as you're not good. Your alignment is not good. We're still getting this thing full damage.
that's not how that works. It's DR/good, yeah.
DR/good/silver.
Yeah, that means every single attack that is not made by a good aligned
But
has
also,
DR against it.
also David,
Oh,
I'm neutral good.
thank God.
Doesn't matter. You
Okay.
need to be good. You need to have an aura of good.
Well, yeah, but I'm just correcting him.
Yeah.
The implication.
Because I thought that,
No.
yeah, it makes sense that it's, yeah.
No, David, having a pure heart doesn't help you. Having magic helps you.
If you're an evil creature, the only thing that bypasses your evilness is a creature of pure good.
It's all good. I'm just adding
With
that.
a magic weapon.
Heron actually
Or has a
did do
god
some
helping them.
damage. That's
Yeah.
the good thing.
If I was level 6, I could.
Okay.
But I'm not level 6.
Sucks for you.
22 and then 27.
Oh, also, he needs to roll 4
That's
saves.
Yeah.
2.
Nice.
You're doing it.
Does it stack?
No, but he can roll it twice if he succeeds.
2 separate with a forward. I think that's correct. Yeah. The lowest I got was a 6, and its plus 4 is plus 14, so 20.
Yeah, 17 DC.
Cool. So I need to roll a 2 or more.
Yeah.
See? Alright, the father goes. He will cast Unholy Polite on Heron.
Nice.
It's actually in a 20-foot radius, so all of the males affected by this will be damage on this type.
Great.
2d8 per caster level. Oh boy.
I think Heron might die.
One can open.
Well, maybe not. He's okay.
Yes, good advantage.
Yeah, okay, so he's only taking like 20 damage.
48 damage total. Okay, that's not bad.
Is that a hit or a save?
Let me double check. He's got 111 hit points. It is a partial will save.
Okay.
Unholy power to smite your enemy. The power takes the form of cold, coiling miasma of greasy darkness. Only good and neutral creatures, not evil creatures, are harmed by the spell, because it's unholy. The spell deals half damage to creatures who are neither good nor evil, so Ray, because you're in proximity, you take half damage.
She's neutral good.
Such. Yeah, it says no good nor creatures who are neither evil nor good.
They're only neutral creatures.
Also,
Yep.
so
You need to be true neutral.
because you're neutral. Yep. So Cicero.
Am I within 20 feet of Heron? I don't think so.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Oh no, so it's 20 feet
That's
from
fine,
the monster point.
Nah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20 is just where you're. I mean, technically you're slumped at
Sick.
25 point. I can give you that.
Sure.
If you did push yourself to the back wall, that's
I
25
got
feet.
yeeted across the room.
I agree.
So I'm as close to the wall as
Well,
inhumanly possible.
There's a quarter of your skull that is now
6 of my teeth are
embedded
yes.
in the brickmanship. Let's say bricklaying. Cool.
Am I
So
affected
match to
or-
a 5d8.
Am I
So
affected or not?
No, we're not.
Brilliant.
So we do all take that?
So you all need to make me will saving throws. This is supposed to be a killer. Hey Ray, this is a 19 DC.
Fail.
Both of them. 19, fail.
Oh, yeah, lucky with my rolls.
No, neither am I.
So this monster comes down with a claw strike on
Comes.
Heron, and suddenly rippling darkness emerges out from its body like a
Yeah.
gashed space
Wait,
above
did you
Heron.
cast a spell?
It did.
We don't know. We're blind.
Yeah.
But I guess it has to make... Because it's within combat range of another creature, does that...
I don't think you can take opportunity attacks when you're blind.
I don't know.
I don't think you're limited by that when you're blind. 6.
But I mean, also, they didn't know it was casting a spell because it's probably innate and doesn't
Right.
have verbal components.
Yeah. Holy Blight is working on somatic.
Sure, but if it's innate casting,
Yeah, it is. That's why it's only DC 19.
only
At will, it can do this.
makes sense. It's got HIV.
6, 7, 13, 19 points of extra damage.
Damn, that's. Never mind, I would have survived somehow.
But that's extra. Oh, yeah, actually, you would have survived.
Yeah, you can't execute an attack of opportunity against an opponent with total concealment. So how much damage do we take?
So you take 19.
Okay.
If you fail, and that's it. And Heron takes 19.
Oh, well, look, anyway.
30.
Nice.
The purpose of being a piece of shit.
He's neutral.
9. You watch it strike up at Heron, you hear while your visual stimulus is gone, and then you hear sound of flesh being pulverized,
Gross.
something being fully emerged out the other side, that sound. And this is clearly all coming from Heron. His creature makes a second attack on Heron. That hits.
We got this, guys. I believe in us.
I believe in this
Give
too.
me these.
Just kill him, Mal.
Yeah.
Why can't you cure blindness?
There's not us. Curative person.
Useless.
Visitors don't get that.
We haven't done this in a long time, but how many damage over hit die do you have to do before it's invincible?
Constitution. Score.
Constitution score.
Yeah.
Oh no. Helen's insides are about to be outsides.
That's okay. His con is like, what, 16?
Exactly.
Like 58 or
Yeah.
something?
So as soon as he takes negative 16 damage, he'll die. But I doubt it. He's a strong guy. I believe in my little body.
Jake is coping.
He's strong.
But Jake,
Mean
he
coping.
just 19.
Yeah, and he had 111 health until he's at 45.
Yeah. So,
So he's still got like another 30 health.
if he's considering insta-kill right now, he's got max one more round.
He's already minus 12.
Like,
Minus 35. He's minus 47.
Yeah,
yay!
he might be dead.
What an idiot.
Well,
And you won't know.
well, no, I hear
Surely
them.
he's
So cut out.
You hear his insides become outsides. Like I said.
In this like that's it. And then Sophia, oh god, who is that?
User has left the channel.
It's just like, what was that final response? He ended the call. She's all the way back here.
Yeah, she's in the death zone, lovely.
I hope she does.
I hope
Just
she
for
does.
being an idiot. Yeah.
Maybe she's too small for him to notice.
Okay. Somehow she survived this whole time.
Sure, she ran. Full sister. And then ran back. Or she should have.
She just have negative wisdom. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Using her negative wisdom well, she casts Feeble Mind on a giant with no intelligence.
Let's go. Okay, so low wisdom, not low intelligence. Like, this is a little retarded. Oh no, she's retarded.
Get a little bit of a special brain. Very beautiful. Followed by Armored Giants. Make their final attacks on Cogsworth. I tossed that. That was a crit, but
Did you crit confirm?
Cogsworth? No, I like rolled it to or when it had already rolled and flipped it.
Oh.
I could have counted that, but
You should count.
8 plus 12 is 20. Sound of like electrical equipment ripping, shattering, tearing. You see nothing.
That's fair, we don't see
You
that.
definitely hear the sound of a metal form grinding to an area very close to you. Followed by that guy that's on the floor now. So with only his upper half remaining, he will make a prone attack against Big Giant.
Is that -4?
And he actually hits. That's like he's prone, so he's even -4.
I think so.
Yeah, that -4 will do it.
Is it a ranged attack?
No, melee.
Yeah, -1.
He can get up off prone, but he doesn't have his upper half, his lower half.
Then can you really get up,
He
bro?
can get up. And you would have only hit by 4. Alright. Cool. He's got a second attack, but that should do anything. Then it's this one's.
He's got a +4 to his AC against ranged attacks. And a -4 to melee.
Cicero can't intentionally kill him, probably.
Mm.
He's got a good AC, but not to these guys. This is kind of good. Let's move. We can get back to Cicero because he's bleeding out on the floor. We can go Oscar and then Ray.
I will make 2 attacks, and I will use Swift Action to invoke Bane.
Nice. It's your turn, buddy. After we're doing Oscar.
Miss. Alright. Both miss.
Both misses.
I bleed out.
I thought so. Oh, Ray.
Weird case of deja vu.
Anyone else get a feeling of deja vu?
Every time
feeling of deja vu.
I get that feeling of deja vu. Does
You're not flanking anymore.
I honestly, I never added that bonus.
You were flanking, but now Heron's dead, so now you're not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you ever get that bit there? That's a 33 hit.
Mazel tov.
I'm gonna do the fort save for you.
I will. Well, wait.
You might
Wait,
not
you're
hit.
getting ahead of yourself. I choose lower.
We'll do 100.
We're all debuffed here.
You pick lower.
I pick lower.
I roll a 17.
Yes, that is correct.
It's a
Because
hit.
I forced it. I'm the one.
You forced it.
You alone are
It
the
is
honor.
my will. He alone is the only one.
And I tell you to take
Please die.
28 damage. And I will do this all over again.
Dude.
Do 13 damage to him. Pretty good.
Watch
Roll with
this.
advantage because a 3 won't do it. Actually, I don't have any other bonuses. 18, 20. Holy shit! Directly on the money. Oh, also do a 4. 31 was.
That's it. That's what you
Yeah.
want.
What was the 4
I've
result?
done 2 fort saves. The first one was the lowest I can get. Just succeeded, 17. 3 plus 14. And the other was a natural 19.
But I
Roll a
hit.
50. Roll a 50.
Try.
High and low.
Oh yeah, higher.
100.
Statistics, baby.
3 zeros. Fucking god.
22. Damn it.
Nice. 7 damage.
That's 50 damage in 1 round.
Whoa.
I just have minus 30.
Damn, you really have to
Yeah,
take
sorry, my bad. My bad.
You really the kill bugs. Buzz kill.
Good
Takes
20
the-
damage though.
It takes you the oomph out of your attacks, huh?
Yeah. Just
Like
making
the
sure.
DR takes
I'm
the
just
oomph out
making
of
sure
your
David
attacks.
remembers that he.
I
that
kind
works
of
against all
assumed
of
he
us.
would.
I hate DRs, but then yeah, I remembered it. Because I didn't mark any of the
You should every creature that's like 10 CRs level ahead of you, you should get rid of that DR. I think that'd be really fun.
You can just cut it down by the 10 mark. Yeah.
No, just get rid of it.
Okay.
Thanks.
With the whole problem.
Or bump the DR up. Bump the AC way down.
No, please don't do that.
It's gonna be like a fucking commoner.
I can't hit or do
Commoner,
damage.
0 HP, 100 at DC.
I'm okay with that.
DR.
Sophia goes.
This is not DR dash. You gotta make a copy about that.
This is any super OP Isekai.
Well, you can do elemental damage.
Okay, she's gonna do stoic pills.
Get it.
Touch attack.
No.
She's on the skeleton.
Okay,
She's
skeleton
gonna-
does chop her in half as
she's
she
gonna do a
enters its
save
range.
cast, which she got an actual 19 on.
That's nice.
It's the first time I've ever rolled for that.
Yeah.
I rolled well.
Smart. Still chops her in half as she enters its
Each
range, but
turn
yeah.
target has a 50% chance to act more normally otherwise doesn't take. So that's what she's going to do. DC 18.
Come on, skeleton dude.
Is a will save. These guys resist will saves? No,
No.
they're not. Plus 2 will save. Plus 8 or lower, baby! 12.
Yeah. She tried.
It's not a bad idea. That's it. Now the giants. Oh, that probably just broke. Yeah.
Okay, she's got 50 health.
Yeah, 68 hit points total. It took 40 points of lightning damage. She was 22 HP left.
That's really fun.
Okay. That's 19 plus damage on the first attack.
Is there a second?
Yes. Which all that hits.
And the automatic was built.
Yes! I got it!
Nice.
Is that enough to kill it? Kill it?
Actually, second attack after roll, I get to roll and it's lower hit. That's how that goes. Double check. So 14 AC out of 5.
As long as it's not a magic point.
Sophia died, probably.
She would. She's at death's door,
Damn.
but if this thing uses its claws,
Okay.
so instead of using its crest, use its claw, still kill you.
If only she could come back from. If only she was immortal or something.
Yeah, thankfully she does reincarnate.
Yeah. See her in 50 years.
We'll probably see her back in the well.
Hopefully. I mean, I'm never good. He'll see her in the well.
I'm not going back there.
You say that now. Anyway.
There was that little bit of cuddle. You stop hearing Sophia whine crying over Discord. And then this like staticky. Guys, what's happening? Guys, I'm still here. You're hearing in your minds. Okay.
You should not be here. What are you doing? Told you to leave.
I'm floating. That's the last of the turn. Cogsworth. I'm gonna Oh! -4, that hits.
Alright.
One final attack on the giant, probably. Very nice. Okay.
Remember to -15 for
He's like, that I only did 14 damage.
That's pretty good, 25.
That's decent.
This is now your next turn, after you've started your bleeding out. And you heard Sophia die, and then weirdly start sounding like she was a radio
I'm gonna get up.
interference channel. You pull yourself back up the wall. You can feel the blood sticking to it behind you. You can feel where your parts of your body are heavily indented. You can feel the back of your head still leaking.
Gonna charge at the enemy.
Good on ya.
I can't move back out from here, sadly.
Make a reflex save.
Oh, yes.
Or you're gonna trip on this robot man that's...
Well, first I have to do an acrobatics check, DC 10, to be able to move without
Oh,
falling
that's
over.
it, that's it.
Nat
That's what
20,
I want.
obviously.
That's what I wanted, is just your acrobatics check. It's all good.
Okay,
Don't
sure.
worry.
I will attack him. Watch this.
Beautiful.
I
He's in
miss.
the combat range.
I can't hit him.
You're a dagger.
I can't hit him.
Cool. Yeah. You're slicing, you just don't even feel it. You feel like you've come into contact with a type of
I'm doing something.
energy. And
Is the other big guy running?
yeah, he was hitting Heron. This is now his turn, you're right, so he would hit Oscar. His turn has just passed, so yeah, we'll do that. Step 5 feet to the side. Actually, he's stepping 5 feet closer to you, so you get an attack of
I'd be stepping into my 5 feet as well.
Okay. He's just...
He'll be stepping through my 5 feet.
Yeah. I think he's actually still 5 feet out of your touch range. If I'm looking at this correctly, like if you're on the right side of the stairs here, he's still 5 feet out. So yeah. So he hits.
Yeah. Okay. He's 5 more stepping anyway. Plus he can't. Yes.
Plus 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 13 points of slashing damage. Sorry. Yeah, 13 points of slashing.
I am unconscious.
Oh no.
Wow, Lordy!
Smacks me to the ground.
How bad do you say?
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
That's
Not up.
So the sound beside you is like a quick whoo, like you know he's hitting something, and then very quick muffled
And then there are
silence.
2.5.
I ducked instead of stepping.
Rocky mistake.
It's like that beautiful like dog climbing all the way up on the bed. It's the final step, and you just take one off step and you just fall sideways. No one stops you before you get unconscious. Unconscious.
Even I'm
I like
unconscious.
making up new words.
You didn't damage that much?
By damage. It.
Big guy.
No, not it.
Any at all?
Like 3 miles.
How much?
That's
I don't remember.
I think it was 315s. Was I went down 315s?
Well, no, because I did like 22 damage, so it would have been like 15 total.
Does anyone else hit it?
Harry.
Oh, and he did it.
Charlie, big
He was.
Like 40?
Yeah, could have been. Like, in a turn, it's possible of doing like 30 damage. He's had at least 3 rounds. But he missed at least half of the first 2 rounds, and then he hit both times the third.
So he's probably on death's door.
Nope, he's still over half HP.
Nah.
Well, you know, this is the kind of generous.
This is your fault.
40, 20, 20 15.
You should have credited him to death.
That
What are
is
you doing?
just under 100 HP dealt. He has 236 HP.
Yes.
We need to do at least 140.
Yeah.
Alright, we got it.
You two together. Literally the only ones left alive.
You're alive.
I'm unconscious.
You're alive.
You can hear me?
You're alive.
We can't even.
It was only because the giant just had its turn, and even though Oscar missed, he wouldn't have had the turn to miss. He got flattened. Now it is Cicero and Ray's turn. Cicero moved close, tried to stab, failed. Now it's Ray's turn.
Come on, Ray. You got
It's
this.
weird back and forth.
Don't accept
All I
it.
need is to crit like 4 times in a row.
You got it.
I think you can.
Your crit range is pretty good. Amen.
18,
Amen,
that's a
brother.
crit.
That's a crit. That's a crit, brother.
Don't roll that now.
That's an 18 again, brother. That's a
18 to
crit.
crit.
That's a crit.
That's a 3. So 48.
Oh, roll your 15 now.
Oh wait, 60, 4, 8, 12, 72.
72 damage higher than I've already gone with.
Statistically, it's lower, but I'm gonna go higher.
You're correct.
72 damage.
Statistics.
Minus 15, 70.
Well,
Statistics, bro.
well, because last time I did higher.
So
There.
50.
47.
Instead of a 50% chance, it's a 50% chance.
No, 16. 16.
Look, I'll do the full
57.
calculation.
57.
24 times 3 minus 15, 57.
What's
Oh,
your
correct.
second attack?
Oh, true.
And then brother, get going.
Pata! Shoot him! Ah! Strike the bitch!
Strike a bitch. Advantage.
I should have said that. You said that. It's dice karma.
Yeah, okay, that probably misses. 18 plus 8.
26.
Oh, also roll 4.
Yes.
Doesn't help me.
But not this time, it's the sequence.
Also, it's undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been immune this whole time.
It has a fort save. But it
I mean, this
has-
is like
It doesn't
for
matter. Yeah.
dulling its armor.
Yeah,
Really.
and I would allow that.
Immunity to any effect that requires a fortitude save.
Hmm.
Unless it works on objects or is harmless.
Yeah. That's what
It's
it's
harmless.
there for.
Is it harmless? Is it
What is your ability to?
It just reduces their AC by 2.
It's not harmless.
No, harmless isn't like the ability when you're saving doesn't actually cause harm. It's probably not harmless.
Sure. Could connect harm to you, but sure. Rending my armor is quite harmful.
Yeah.
You got
Does
it.
it hurt? It doesn't hurt.
No, it's my ability. Whenever it. Yeah.
Aegis strike.
Oh wait, it's reflex.
Yeah, I thought it was reflex. I was confused
Just
as to
the
why
one
you
the wrong
changed
one the whole time.
from a.
His reflex.
Yeah. It probably was.
There was 1 point, so he's already had a -2 to the armor. Because I rolled like just I rolled a 3,
Right.
which with plus 14 would succeed, but a 3 plus 11.
They'll fucking kill it, that's what he
You
said.
watch as the giant finally moves away.
The gods are gonna give him power.
Tries
That's
to move
nice.
out of the light that's poking up from underneath it.
Attack of
Even Cicero
It's
gets it.
taking its step. We can't because it has total concealment, so you can't actually take it.
Your is mithril armor, so your mithril armor has 15
Magic plus 1.
magic plus 1, so I'll say 16. Because mithril is 15. 16 toughness. Your armor is shredded off your chest. In the larger sense, there's still your armor gauntlets and shoulder pieces still there. You take 5 points of physical damage, and the majority of your chest plate has been sundered off of your body.
Lamau.
And so one more attack.
Imagine having armor.
That just hits. 2, 7, 8, 8, 20. 23 points of physical damage for the last attack.
It's 5, right?
Yeah, just 5.
Quick math.
No, 5 HP is what I'm on.
You should have just done both.
They are alive.
Well, sure, but he's got special armor. This thing.
What's its attack range?
15 feet.
Okay.
So Sophia goes, but she's dead.
What an idiot.
Yeah, this is a TPK.
Couldn't be me.
You can kill him.
So if I'm looking for where,
I agree.
It has 100 HP.
Yeah, probably
I could do that.
A crit does 57
Yeah, for you. It's because you're garbage. You were strong, this guy would be dead already.
and it rolls right now.
Watch this. Told you.
But it's a 4.
That's a crit. I crit on 4s. Nothing else.
Permanent blindness too
You're
inside.
kind of funny. Remap your crit to not be in that 20, but like just a random fucking number.
I'm gonna give you guys a magic weapon that you roll what the crit is at the start of every day.
Oscar, you feel something horrifying touch your shoulder.
Ooh.
It is the same warm, comforting hand of a thick, broad-shouldered man that you're pretty sure you just heard
My
die.
dad, oh, never mind.
And then you feel your
That would
body
be great.
become thicker.
Oh my god, you're thick now.
Gain +4 your constitution score.
You're doing it.
Is he still unconscious?
Oscar is still unconscious, but he now gets his hit die.
If you gain hit points, does it go to the
That's a great question.
top or the bottom?
Yeah.
Huh? Same thing.
So it's
Well,
a
no,
time.
because I'm on -2, so if I gain hit points, that would be up.
Yeah, your maximum increasing and your minimum increasing are the same thing.
No, that's you're not
No,
understanding what I'm asking.
Your current hit points doesn't increase, right?
It does.
Actually, no, it would, because it's a con score.
Yes.
It's improving the con.
There's only getting more cough.
So you
That's
got
how barbarians work.
a little bit of health, 2 health, right?
And
Right.
Ray, you hear over your shoulder, "We trust you, Ray."
Ooh, I thought you were dead.
And you feel this. You feel this, like, this gentle touch cover your head and your fur and your face. So you feel from behind you, peekaboo, and 2 really small hands cover your eyes.
Oh,
and
she's
when
touching
they
you.
reveal you are no longer blind.
Holy shit, I can see.
She says, "Destroy the last." And you look behind you, it's still there.
Sophia?
And you look, and you actually see Oscar, who's pretty close to you. He's on the floor, but you can see his upper body, which Oscar doesn't do this, is on fire.
Okay.
Classic Oscar.
And you're now stirring, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's hard to tell because you can see there's some effect brightening, and I think Oscar's waking to that heat.
I think my eyesight is better than before.
Skeletal form from like right in front of you has moved a fair bit to your left. You're seeing just like blood everywhere. You're seeing to your left Cicero, a blood streak back and a blood streak forward from Cicero, and at Cicero's feet, the severed upper half of a robotic like machine that's trying to do this motion, but it's on the ground and lying horizontal. Lord Cogsworth, if you'd seen before, but
Guys, what if I chug-jugged an invisible...
it's not a bad idea.
Oh God.
You see Heron's body is ripping off on the ground, in very much parallel to where you
What
are.
an idiot.
So, yeah. But you are the only person with sight, and you're the only person who can see. And that feeling of Sophia's hands, though they'd never touched your face before, you were you're aware that they were somehow physical.
So I can't do anything. The reason why I can't do anything is I approach him, he gets an attack of opportunity, he hits me, and I die.
Now it's the giant's turn.
Lamau.
That was just Sophia and Heron's turn. What they did.
And people don't have a turn.
Which giant?
Both. That is. Yeah, that's a water kid. I just don't check. Yeah, okay.
Is this against Codsworth?
Cogsworth.
It is actually going to reach over with not with its. These guys can only use one attack with their main weapon. When they use their claws, they can use both. You see, as when he's just getting its eyesight back, you see a massive maul just overarching. Looks like it's probably going to miss Oscar, who's like 5 feet at the foot of this giant, and it looks like it is just like arcing down towards you. Now, mind you, you now no longer have armor.
But you do now have your dex bonus.
You now have your dex bonus.
Yay.
I love my dex bonus. It's a 10. A bonus of 0.
What's it called?
10.
Con.
Con.
16.
Decent. You're good.
So, but that is.
So we win these.
I believe in you.
It's 6, 7, that is.
What's wrong?
Broken. Oh no. It's a hit. It's a hit. Ray might die.
What's that?
I only have one AC.
We win these.
Oh wait, I need to calculate.
Oh, that's
Okay, so no, there's like no way you don't hit me. What?
Yeah, no, he's
17 points of physical damage.
Oh yeah, I'm unconscious.
We do win these.
So my con is 16. I had 5. How much damage? 17.
17.
So you're at negative.
Negative 12.
Negative 12.
You're still alive. He does have a claw.
And I think, Oscar, in a way, you feel like it hit your stomach, but not enough force because of squishing. Ray's body has taken that pressure off you, but in a certain way that it's like hit your chest, woken you up in a very forceful, winding sort of way, and you hear. It's not killed you yet, Ray, but if there's something that you want to say. Agree.
I like that.
And this guy will go down and he will just attempt to crush Cogsworth.
Damn. Thought it was killing me.
RKO!
Right in front of.
Codsworth has a -4 to his AC.
Yes.
And your guy has a.
He hits though.
Yeah.
It's just a good old damage.
Just a good old damage. Just a lot of damage to all of us. Guys, this is a good fight. We are doing well.
Luckily, I have some precautions in place.
We sure are. We're winning.
That's right.
I reckon a monkey was everywhere.
Cicero.
No.
Cicero, Oscar, Ray.
Alright. I'm gonna say 25, 26, 28, 39. And I'm gonna collapse on the floor and say, alright, you got it, buddy. Feel the god's power.
Yeah, I feel it.
And I'm gonna make an attack. There's nothing.
You see as like Oscar's eyes. You don't see.
I don't see. No, I don't actually.
The audience sees from a height perspective. Oscar is now like,
I'm lying down.
Don't do that. How are you gonna hit the enemies when you're lying down?
Thank you for the 30 seconds. Blessed be the Divine Nine. And I'll raise my fist up. And I'll try and hit where the gem was. That was
so you fall forward off the steps where you were. You slide down. You feel your body hit wax on the side of this weird thing. And
No, that was the wrong spot.
That's a natural 20.
I'm unconscious.
Do I hit?
He's doing it.
50-50.
Pretty sure, yeah.
50-50.
Do I need a 50-50
Yeah, you're
against the
blind
floor?
still.
Yes.
Inherent
Yep,
Okay.
bitch.
Below.
Bitch.
No!
59.
Second attack.
No.
That hits.
Now this one will be
Below.
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 Above.
Oh, well. I tried.
Can the floor have concealment?
Parrot?
Raise turn.
Oh, so how does this work? I've never been, like, unconscious.
So,
You need
Roll a fort save
of
minus
fort
12.
but you have +4.
Don't you have a? I thought you had a thing that kept you off from fighting.
I didn't use it.
I didn't use it.
You forgot to.
Well,
Yeah, roll a fort
that's
save
for
minus
money.
12.
Yeah.
And you're aiming to be 10.
But you have a +4.
So minus
because,
8.
So minus 8. Because of your radiant consumption.
Oof. Well.
That one!
Oh. Wait, no, I don't think anything.
I don't think it does anything actually.
But I just don't think you're stabilized. So you're going to
No, I don't think I'm stabilized either.
I'm done, Oscar. Yeah, so you go another one down.
So, yeah.
I think you have 13 now. I'm done,
Oh, it's
Oscar.
also not fort, it's just straight constitution.
Also close. So minus 8 on just a con check, you can't
Mhm.
see it.
It is DC 10.
DC 10 also you can't hit.
Also, I provoked an attack of opportunity.
Oh shit. Well, it all hits.
Yeah.
Plus 28.
Good.
So that's 3d6 plus 15.
Jesus.
Okay, there's a clear number. We'll kill me.
Pretty clear.
13 plus 15, 28.
No.
That's pretty clear.
Parents like, please Oscar. Oh, damn it.
Oh, hey, how's it
What an idiot.
I only got 28 damage to die.
That's a lot.
18 con plus 10 health.
I'm wrong, that's 27.
Oh, I'm still up on
I'm
negative
actually-
17.
You got it, bro. You're doing it.
Does that include the additional, like, 4 you have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my fucking god.
So I can stabilize.
This is getting...
Yeah. Easy.
And you have a con, you have to roll the same thing. 19 or higher.
No, I like straight in natural 20.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a minus 17 to my roll. Plus 4 to con doesn't really help.
The plus 8. Plus 8.
If you gave me a, yeah,
You have the plus 4.
yeah, that makes my modifier plus 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Good try though.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well,
Thanks, Aaron.
no chance you would live through that. So that was his opportunity attack. Somebody can turn. Now it's his turn.
Does he not?
Let's push.
You can attack Cicero now. Cicero's still there.
Yeah.
I'm winning.
He's just been standing there for a bit.
So far, I'm winning.
Win con is Cicero.
I can survive.
David, everyone is unconscious
And attack.
apart from Cicero.
He will.
I'm laying on the floor.
I'm gonna.
I don't really know if I count as a conscious, I'm not gonna lie.
This is just white light all around. You're in heaven, dude.
Yeah.
Heaven.
Old Father, I hear you. I feel you, Old Father.
Confusion.
You're filling me up, Old Father.
Maybe just cast like a 1 AoE spell and cover all of us.
Hey, that'd be great.
He's got him. I think.
I hope one of us doesn't have a suicide gem inside of them that when you die, it explodes a nuclear warhead.
I don't.
Good.
No, none of us have that.
None of us.
Sounds like-
literally
it's like
none of
Jonathan
us
would
have.
have.
Yeah, that's something Felix would make.
Yeah.
So Nick, you just don't get dense bonuses while you're blind, dude.
And he has a minus 2 to his AC.
Yeah. No, I'm coming.
Oh. We did it.
Yeah.
It's okay, we'll come back. We'll come back.
Okay.
David's got an idea.
Let's see.
He's got a way to fix this.
It's just taking me an hour to figure out while you guys are being
Woo.
actively.
You thought you could kill me?
Okay, but actually how much damage though? Because I want to know what negative I
Okay.
am.
Oh man, I didn't want to do that for you, but
For you.
class level. So let me just double check on that. Minimum damage is 15.
Okay, but what did you roll?
Tell me. Tell me now.
That is 101 points of damage.
Alright, so minus
That's very funny.
negative 118.
So,
You're alive, right?
Do I take that damage too?
yeah.
Both.
In the moment, you guys are frozen solid.
Mhm.
Your corpses are frozen carcasses to the ground.
Look.
You find that you are now able to see again,
Cool.
and you have
In hell.
in hell. You can see Texas.
Mhm.
You have an awareness of this chamber and this space in front of you. You also have an awareness of Sophia and of Heron.
Nice.
However, their energy looks in somewhat kind of a more faded color, which is very interesting. That you can see Ray, and he looks very vibrantly alive. But you're aware that you can also see your corpse and Ray's corpse, and you're aware that Cicero has no awareness of it.
Are we dead?
Yes, probably.
And you see Heron, he's just like, I'm so disappointed.
Same.
You should have cured my blindness. I might have been able to hit the child.
I thought buffing your body would have done enough. Apparently you're physically too weak.
Yep. That's why
Now we're stuck here in this and then you see from the ice on the floor, it seemed to have completely encased that tablet. There is once again that breaking of like glass sound from the areas of the cracks you guys made
surprised it's still alive.
in the pentagram.
Me too. Strong one. Strong-willed.
You see,
I think he's just a cheat. He does a good job of avoiding things.
you see like the corner of his sleeve is like ice frozen. Nothing else.
I don't have a sleeve.
I think this is
I don't have clothes except for pants.
you have a clothes.
Oh, I have a cloak, yes. It's not a sleeve.
So you all are aware that there is
What our fate was determined. Continue.
this whole scene.
Float around.
Whee!
I believe in reincarnation. I'm sure I'll come back.
I do not know. Is this a thing?
Yes, when you die, you come back. Something else, but
You see Sophia's spirit kind of like hovering beside you. She's like, this is completely
Can you unblind me, please?
How long do you usually stay here before you go back?
This isn't how this works. I'm able to touch people and give my energy to them. And you can see she and Heron both look surprisingly less vivid in like color and hue of their spirit than you guys do. And you see she just kind of like hovers forward to Cicero and she says, he's such an idiot. And you see a kind of an actual glow emerge from her vessel. You see all of the color from her feet and then slowly up her body. She becomes less transparent, less opaque.
This course is using this
So
magic,
you are now no longer blind.
using life force.
I'm gonna win.
Heron says,
isn't all magic our life form?
I don't
if
know.
this
You
is
tell
what it
me.
takes, and you see Heron just like push the back of Cicero, which you watch, it works. Cicero's whole body just kind of like,
Mid-flip.
well, you get pushed.
I'm
No, when you
literally...
land.
I was prone and I fucking flipped 15 feet in the air.
That's pretty sick.
Somehow.
I think I'm sure this is broken.
Kill it. So from Nick. How much damage did you take?
What?
Have you taken damage?
I believe.
Yes, a shit ton.
Cool. Okay. That's not that great. That's only 11 points of damage. Nice.
Pretty good.
Sorry, 12. Even my the vestments that were attached to my body still seem to be impacting me. My mental awareness has not diminished thanks to the circle that was contained on my body. I'm sure that there's somehow a link still while we are in this room to our physical forms, and that could be because of, and then as he's saying that, halfway cut off, you see the central chamber, the central thing, which Cicero was like rolling over and he just rolling off, done a backflip away from. The central pillar just completely ignites with white light. A beam of yellow energy just hits the roof. You hear the roof make a tremor, and sifts of dust and things from the ceiling begin to fall down. The whole central pillar of light is now illuminating the whole space. As Ray and Oscar, you can actually look inside and see that there is a completely catatonic, half-remained Minotaur body that's just been smashed into the ground and is it's back here on the ground. And you're very aware that Jonathan's undead were very much more capable of regenerating themselves if it wasn't immediately taken out by the thing. And again, you've noticed Heron, although Heron's energy is brighter than Sophia's, it's still diminishing just as quickly.
Come on, guys, give me your spirit power. Raise up your hands. Spirit bomb.
It is now Cicero's turn. As you notice that these giants are coming around and using their whole turn they have to very carefully move around the energy, so that actually takes them the full 30 feet. Not this guy, though. He will make it back on here.
You got this.
Sick.
2 claws.
2 claws.
So they damage significantly less.
Technically blackie.
Now who would be here? Is that add just to attack?
Plus 2.
No, it's all bad. That is 14 points of damage for the first one.
Oh, cheap.
I rolled minimum. Oh, and then second off minimum, 2 2s, 16 points of damage.
I died.
Oh, he doesn't have.
Surprising.
Why am I still fighting?
You feel Aaron push you just slightly into the way of a sword that comes down and just splits your arm, severing some just blood and solid.
Do we see him immediately appear in frame as like a guy?
Yeah. It's interesting, though you didn't see how you guys emerge. You watch from that pillar of golden light in front of you, Cicero's body just kind of drifts out of it.
Welcome.
You're not in heaven.
What happened? Oh,
We are all dead.
damn.
Yeah, I thought you had it.
I was gonna blow myself up. I'm really surprised that the oil canisters so much as didn't rupture. I was gonna blow up the sigil with them, but...
Oh.
Well,
You need to apply heat.
I think we're.
Maybe if you
smash
stood
him
on
against
the
the floor, I think it's
radiant,
fine.
energy.
You see one jug on the ground next to your body is just slowly leaking out like a dark green liquid. You remember they had to be moved with a certain amount of velocity for it to work.
Yeah.
You're surprised at the force of attack.
But the heat of the radiant energy.
Very close to it, yeah.
Technically, we're dead.
Yes.
I don't think so. This isn't
So
what dying is like.
what happens now?
I guess we just wait.
I think we're trapped here as spirits forever.
Can I go through the wall?
Which way?
This way.
No, you did exactly the correct amount of damage to kill me.
Well, if I'd done one less, still would have been unconscious. You watch Ray hit here and then drift back, and there's a little bit of buoyancy. Like you feel like kind of like there's some force that's trying to push you back through, as in as you move back and you get almost your full movement speed. Your last 10 feet will cost double to move back in. So when you feel it, you're only pushing 5 feet with your 5 remaining, and you're pulled back out.
We cannot go through walls.
Cogsworth is not here. Maybe he's still alive.
He's a machine.
See him on the ground, just
I forget, some are made with souls.
Oh, well,
in the spirit realm.
please ferry me out to the wilds, please. Anything but that.
You can take a seat over here.
You're floating. Isn't there going to be more?
No, I'm on the ground.
We're on the ground with you floating.
Yeah, I choose to walk.
No.
Wait, we can...
Floaty, I got it.
I felt someone touching me. Wait, we can still affect. I'm just gonna go punch one of the vials. Oh dear.
No,
Wait, you ignited it?
I punched it with a hard enough force, clearly. Oh, my corpse, no. It was already in 7 pieces, and now...
My corpse.
Half of the stairs here are just completely.
My corpse that was turned into
destroyed.
a statue of ice is now disrupted.
The ice on the floor is ripped up and in that kind of detonation off the ground, all of it's cracked. So you see parts of Ray's broken face that was covered in ice separate and crack and
No, you killed my body.
You killed my body.
That hurt, you know.
And there is
I think.
when Cicero is also Ray's just kind of floating up high.
So we're able to physically interact with the world?
I think we're like ghosts.
As Oscar, you kick on the floor.
You're gonna call.
I'm going to go over to this guy and punch him.
On the ground level, kick at the knee.
I'm gonna try
Shin.
and shatter his knee.
Shatter his
So we
name.
have power attack.
AC 19.
Hit.
This is still, by the way, your first round after the combat.
Yes,
This
you
was
do.
20 damage.
That actually is enough force. You shatter the leg bone and completely dislodge that kneecap bone. Falls, and you see this giant has to smash its body to the back wall just to stay upright.
We can kill them.
Oh. Do we have what we had when we were alive on us?
You feel armor like it's your chest, and then you also feel the massive rend marks through the armor, and you feel your waist. There's no belt, or at least that's not the feeling you get. It's all stitched to your skin. There is a scabbard. As you pull it out, it emerges in not because you can only see the weapon on the floor. You're seeing just pure, a dull white blue glow. It's kind of emerged like a lightsaber from his. You can attack us. Is that one thing where your Skyrim character and you take out 540 damage and point? Sorry, that's more Fallout.
It would be funny, but I won't do it, but it would be funny. Maybe if I go and attack the... Yeah, let's attack this guy.
Okay. You're already missing one leg, kind of half out.
Blink. That's cocked. Blink. Do I have all my features?
You are spirit.
Spirit.
Helps that your sword is a spirit sword.
And
actually, I'm even buffed here. I'm with the spirits, you know?
Immune to damage.
you have a 50% chance of not being hit by the creature that can see you, if they can see you.
Oh, damn.
You're pretty sure they can't see you.
I have negative 118. They can't see me.
Joe, that's a 30. A 30. Does a 30 hit them?
The 30 hits them definitely.
Good.
And now it also hits the big guy, because you lowered its AC by 2.
Oh, cool.
Does that last forever?
It's a few rounds equal to my charisma. Blink.
So it's 5.
6. 27 damage.
Very nice.
Nice.
You shatter a part of its leg bone. It's going to still need one more attack, which you have. You've not usually been
Am I becoming transparent?
No, I think we're just able to
Okay, good.
physical
Yeah,
world.
you see Oscar and them are still seemingly holding it together.
Actually, you know what? I might hit that still. That's a 19.
19 just hits. Also, I get to make a 4 save, right? Because if you're a special, you're rend.
Reflex.
Reflex. Sorry, that succeeds. First one succeeds. Second one succeeds.
24.
Kill them.
That
Or
shatters.
do you think when they die, they'll appear here?
You see Ray
They're
splits
undead,
the leg
aren't they?
bone and the thing falls.
Maybe they do not have a soul.
Maybe not.
I don't see anything.
And you see from the wall of
I see.
light, you see a skull, much like the one you just killed.
Oh, do we have to kill
Suck
this
back
one
in.
too? Oh. That's some Scooby-Doo shit.
I don't know what that is.
Cicero, you did use your action to punch the ground, but you're going to return to... Oh, cool. The giant.
Okay, I'm gonna go investigate those chests.
Up here.
Yeah.
Even in depth.
Okay.
Can I fly?
Yeah, you've got like I'll levitate.
Oh.
Oh. Usually.
Sure.
You see as this creature, now its turn, it's trying to pull shadows which you can see in this room, so from the corners of the room, it's pulling it into the center, pulling it into the central beam of light that's kind of emerging from this.
Or get knocked down.
And then there is a kind of an emerging 4 skeletons from the top of the beam, so right at the roof point. And you see them, instead of emerging out fully, it's just the rib cage and the head, and they emerge out and they look down in 4 corners of the room.
That's interesting.
So, and you see from those skeletons, there is even though they're coming from a light source, there is a surprising amount of shadow that's clinging to your thing. This, now, Sophia's turn, she will, with dwindling light left, she will cast Feeble Mind on Bigger.
You'll get a 1 day.
Natural 20 on her. Oh, well, I can rely. That's always good.
Then she loves it.
Criminal attack. Criminal attack. You see, Aaron moves here and attacks the.
I'll follow you guys. Hopefully they don't fade anymore.
Slices down. You see the foot of this thing start to.
Being dead is kind of powerful.
Not a bad idea, Oscar!
Sorry, you're not able to interact or whatever. But I guess when you die, you just instantly come back as something
You
else.
would have heard that from living.
No, I heard it from the reincarnated.
No.
This could have something to do with my, my lore.
Well, you said make the corporeal.
Oh.
Potentially, but us maintaining our forms here while we're dead.
This doesn't make a lot of sense, no.
Likely something else.
And then you would be in control. See, pretty much. That makes sense. The armor swing through Ray and swing through Heron, just the massive skeleton, not bigger this guy. And there is this. Yep. Nothing that happens.
Wow.
Wow.
And you hear from just going this way, you hear
Smoke.
Here to save us. Yeah.
it's going to take a month for him to come back, and we're going to end. This is going to be the final session right now.
When do you think this archmage is going to arrive?
I don't know, but surely we can just fly to her now.
This one?
Putting in our bodies.
Yeah.
Barrels? What are you doing?
Well, my body
Chests.
has already been exploded.
Okay.
My body's like crumbs in my body.
You notice to the left here, there is an interesting, like, fire-breathing wall.
Mm.
And it is doing it beside a cage, in which you notice that the cage's front is iron and very, very hot by this fire that is constantly kind of emanating out from the wall. It is holding in the cage what looks like if, like a weird combination of a goblin and an octopus. It's like that big sack on the back of an octopus's head
I love
that was attached to a body the size. And you notice that it its lower half, its front half seems abnormally long, and its lower half is flat. So in that small cage there, it's maybe only like 3.5 feet tall, or like 2.5 feet tall. It's just kind of levitating off the floor, and obviously that cage probably is more.
That Boston, by the way. They get so many racials now. It's crazy.
When we use it.
They're like 17 racial points.
Jeez.
What are you talking about?
Grigolo, or whatever they're called.
That's a gigolo? Why would anyone pay this much? Weird.
Alright, Oscar.
I'm gonna go up to the big guy and punch him.
Cool.
Go on, invisible.
I'm gonna do a Bane. I missed. That's what's up.
What is a Bane?
Gives me a +2 to hit, +2 to damage, and then an extra 2d6 when I land it.
Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Pretty much.
Yeah, my main skill.
Bang, going to hit him.
Interesting.
I'm curious. Does it hit now? It's plus 19 plus.
That hits AC and
Refreshes.
Cool. So 19 down to 17 AC now. Very, very, very nice.
Nice.
And how much was that damage? Your last one?
24. I forget what the one I did just before was.
25.
Nice. Ting goes the scooter rat.
Beautiful.
Ba ba ba. Scooby ba.
Big giant goes, and you watch as it moves itself closer towards you guys, closer towards kind of here.
Can it see us?
You watch as it reaches.
That's really a chance.
It moves past Oscar, but not out of Oscar's range. Oh, sorry, its range. It's out of Oscar's range.
It was trying to go to a higher plane. We are in a higher plane.
We're gonna take it.
Wait.
I missed.
That's a good thing.
Or on that one.
Yeah, he did get that one.
What an idiot.
I'm really lucky today.
You watch as the
So slanted.
It's fine.
Haste literally just gives you an extra attack when you do it force it. It doesn't give you an extra action.
But it does double your move speed.
Well, it gives you +30, but sure.
Doubles for mine. Good plan.
I didn't get to do it.
You watch as from the central chamber, the skeletal mass reaches and puts its hand into the golden light, and then there is an immense amount of darkness that become like coils that are beginning to entangle, interestingly like vines growing around the golden cascading beam of light going upwards. And then there's this strangling of darkness around this beam of light, and the light flickers out.
Bless you. Thank you. Where, who's light?
The central pillar.
Good.
Destroy the pillars.
And there is a kind of slow sucking feeling from you guys that now that there was some energy stabilizing you in this room that has been dispelled, you immediately start to feel the physical forms kind of decaying very quickly. So you have an amount of rounds equal to your constitution score left in the material. So you have 1 round. As you
Constitution,
away,
wait, score or modifier?
Sorry, modifier.
2,
Sick.
3,
6 seconds.
5,
And you hear
6.
goodbye, farewell.
Me when I die.
You have no idea.
I think it'd be fun.
Let me just double check the girl who has a 12 card. She's one more.
The girl.
Does it go faster if they like cast a spell?
Yes. She's not she is after.
Bet.
She casts three curse on the giant.
Good use.
One more will save. And that's a fail.
Ha!
50% chance of the giant failing its next attack. creature attacks. And Sophia's essence is almost completely opaque.
Oh, but she's still there.
And Heron carves down on this thing's leg. You hear as small amounts of fire still emanate through, and you're watching his shadow not flicker any darker. You know that light in this room is gone. Sophie's like, I shouldn't have done that. I don't want to die. You're hearing that all kind of like loosely. It's all tinny. It all sounds like it's going through a stereo. Where's Cicero's turn? Full bounce.
No. No, not now. All my life, I never questioned it. I never figured out what I wanted to figure out. Just one last thing, please be useful. Show me what it is. One last. I just need to know what's in this chest.
What you see is a kind of dull green glow as you crack the lid.
You disappear.
And then just before you open it, everything goes dark.
I'm opening it, yes.
Okay. You see
You see a sign that says you failed.
You see about 4 of them in a box placed at a horizontal angle. And as you look at it, you're realizing that it and the hand used to remove the box are both kind of trickling with a kind of faint golden releasing faint energy. It's coming from. You see it, that green central crystal, which you remember given in the void plane. These are pylons. You have no idea what they do, other than what they've been used to do in the past. Buying things, hold things,
Wow.
buying the void material.
And then, oh, this is.
How disappointing. Gonna try to pick it up.
You pick it up, and at the end of your turn, you should disappear.
Hopefully. I'm gonna.
First turn.
You are not bound eternally to these crystals.
I'll go over to Sophia.
Okay. She's basically up here now, just like at the arm of the giant.
Darn.
I can put. I'll send you here.
Okay,
So within 15 feet.
I'll run up to her.
You can fly.
You need to stop using your magic. Unless you want to die.
There's a definite visible display of fear, even though her form and features are very loose now. They've disappeared almost completely. You can see that her eyes, there's no real color in the iris, in the outer, normal where the eye would reveal the most color, but the central iris is a glowing red. And that seems to be the last actual emanating color from her. Cicero was kind of leaking a golden miasma. You guys both had a good glow from it.
I'll place my hand on her shoulder and I'll kneel down to get eye level. I'll say,
I don't know if I can help you, but I will try if you want to live.
Make a diplomacy check.
magic point. So, 30.
There was a moment where she was willing to you'd think in her eyes it looked like give up, but giving up for someone who is bound by dark forces, in your opinion, is never a good thing. In that moment where you bend down and touch her, say those things, you see her eyes seem to for a split second spark with fire that curls up, and you will see from her eyes a fire that is 2 wings spread. And then after you say, you watch it kind of just like fire released into the air, just kind of naturally undoes itself. You can see there is some will she has to still fight, but there is a strong dread in her current situation.
I'll just try and cast Cure Wounds and see if I can give her some of the time I have left.
Okay. So we'll give that. So, one less round for you. And in this moment, Ray, it is now your turn.
Big guy. Big guy.
Big guy.
You're gonna smack the big guy. What's his current AC?
29. You might get it.
That's a 6.
I don't think
Plus
Not
19,
pretty good.
27.
Big math.
Advantage. Less.
Yeah.
Second attack. Is that cocked?
Can you set a D4?
Yeah, I can. That's not cocked. Okay, cool. That one hits.
Yeah.
Because plus 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
27. 27. I might die, but I take you with me. Come with me.
Really?
No.
I don't know if you will.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. The giant releases a wave of cold frost over Oscar and Sophia's head as the giant tries to cut through immaterial form. Roll form to fail.
Nice.
This whole area becomes like ice encoded and encased and spread all the way back, and those footsteps that were coming from the tunnel that were echoing from quite a distance away stop. And then from the edge of the hallway you see a beam of pure white light streak down the hallway and collide into the face of the giant, who is, at this point, even though everyone was fighting something else, it had cast a spell and then slowly began to sift its hand down towards Sophia's head. Beam of white light smashes it in the face, and it's like maintaining it, pushing or prying into its outer bone hide. Sophia is toggled around. She lives. And what should I get to do right now? Other than
Don't cast another spell.
say that.
Cast Disintegrate did it.
Yeah.
Inside of you, there were 2 Sophias. One wants to live and one wants to cast Disintegrate.
The Interstellar Void has been an ability I've been used for a long time.
What the fuck? Having Phoenix powers allows you to make a black hole sick.
Well, when Phoenix powers hell yeah.
Yucky.
Icky.
Damn, I sure heard that her family doesn't slaughter her for being a disgusting abomination. Finds them.
I think she does be pushed to
Because this is just.
Does it seem like she's trying to cast something?
you see even
Come here, bitch. I'm gonna stick for you.
you see even in her
You're trying to kill. You're trying to cast something for cute.
fully aware state, there's something that is this like brink of death that is trying to pull itself out of her. And I think even everything you're saying is holding that small tangent of material thought remaining in the way that you're pretty sure that she could be in this current state, how close she looks to really die. She's probably bordering on whatever true power she had been contained from. You see her eyes in this incorporeal state flash like your sisters do. And the moment you say that, they shut off. There's no decreasing in hue. And it's Heron's turn.
And then she explodes.
You're going to strike against the giant. Maybe I'll hit us 2 damage. Beautiful. Good. The
Rolling to
giant,
hit is cringe.
one more giant leg snaps back. This giant has now lost one full leg, leans back against the wall, takes a 5-foot step sideways because now he's off kilter, and that's still in. So Heron's gonna make an opportunity attack because gravity can fuck this thing.
Step back to reality.
Cool.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Heron takes off an arm.
Oh, I'm so mad that he won't give up that.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah. What are you?
We've gained too much knowledge. We can't go now. You can't back out. Now it is
Over mom spaghetti. Okay. Can I screw up the rest of these little torches? With my other hand?
To grab one.
I thought you wanted to die.
One.
Why would I want to die?
Grabbing one is like grabbing a full arm that's been severed, except it's double the thickness.
Oh, they're big.
So they're
Big life torch.
they got the upper half is even.
Okay, I'll grab one more then.
Grab one.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Oh hey. It's fine. I think these have a. Oh, you're alive. These have a stabilizing effect. I'm gonna try to put it in the middle of the bars. Throw it there.
It does not fit through the bars.
Come on, incorporeal.
Make an acrobatics check for it.
I'm so good at these.
You got this.
Do I get my magic boots?
Surely it's escape artist.
Actually, yes, escape artist.
Oh, that's much worse.
It makes more sense.
You fucked us.
Trying to fit
Yes,
something through
solid
bars.
nat 2 for an 11.
What
That's
you do
not bad.
is you feed it through the crack, and now that's
Oh.
it.
Oh, so no one's getting that. Unless you
And then you can pass
through
through.
it,
You can
and
pass.
then you do
Did I
this.
take an action
You can pass through it. I would say
to throw?
you did 60
Can
feet
you-
of movement just to get to where you
can
were.
you
So
pass
I think
through?
that was your into dash action.
Can you pass
Oh,
through
no, it's
with
35.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can he pass through it? Like hold it past?
Yeah,
through
like
it?
I have another one in my other hand. Can I even pass through with while I'm holding this? Yeah. But I didn't have enough movement to get there anyway.
But that's why you can slide through the bars. There
Well,
are
he's still
there's
holding one.
enough crack.
Yeah, I'm still
you're
holding one,
it,
so I
then
can't.
you go.
Oh,
It's just like a die.
guys, there's things here that they're like stabilizing. I'll go around.
So we can drift sideways. So you can use your action to keep dashing. I'd say try to. I didn't escape on this. Nah, I'm not sure.
Maybe I assumed the action was me throwing it,
Well,
or
yeah.
picking it up and throwing it. Oh well.
Oscar, in there. The big giant in front of you is looking rather rude.
Like I thought I was going to die. I
I'm
didn't want to die.
gonna pick up the girl.
Get the
And
core.
I'm going to run over to Cicero.
Even though you feel like at first you're grabbing cushions or like blankets, you feel too soft and not real. When you wrap your arm around something, the grip you feel is fleshy, which is very strange. It's almost too soft, too light, but then that doesn't cause you any struggle as you begin to walk, run, drift. It all becomes one fluid motion as you go.
Ah!
How far you want to get? 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay.
Give her the torch.
Here, Sophia.
You just like touch it on her. Oscar's holding. And you see there is a moment where her body goes completely transparent and you watch the object you have basically pass through her. And then you in the moment nothing successful.
Damn.
Braced.
Attack. Hits, right? Yeah. 28 damage, first one. Still attacking this guy.
Gotcha.
That doesn't hit.
9 plus 19.
28.
To hit.
Oh.
29 is a 60.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that would be an advantage. I'll just use that one as advantage.
Cool.
That's not how the ability works, brother.
It doesn't actually. No, this one doesn't specify.
Say it before you roll.
No, we agreed that it doesn't specify this.
Yeah, in this case, you rolled it and then said, actually, that was advantage.
Well, yeah, because I.
That's not how that works.
That's true.
No, that's fair. But also, to be fair, I forgot about my advantage again.
Okay, but also it's your abilities, you should know.
And my second attack.
Yeah. So one attack. There we go.
Fucking hell.
Roll me some damage.
I'll just roll again.
Yeah, you got 28 was last time.
24.
Beautiful. You hear the final footsteps. You pointed ears that stretches about a foot out.
Gross.
And kind of a long form, black cloak lined with gold. The inside of the cloak is a deep crimson red. Overall, just kind of like a black outfit, gray hair.
It's gonna be my second cousin Bartholomew. He's an archmage.
It's actually Bartholomew.
As
That's stupid.
As they make it to this entry point here,
third cousin.
you are. I'm going to just use a representation. It's good enough. You
don't have a custom mini, bro.
Oh,
David, what the fuck? What is wrong with this?
no wizard centaur.
Yeah, dumb idea.
But they are drifting across the air, and as they arrive, you see that the elf kind of like hops off its back. The floor here is covered in ice, and he retains that strong beam of energy. And you watch as the horse mage, wraps his hand around the air in front of the skeleton, and then tries to bring his hand forward and swing across. Hey, skeleton fails. However, he's got a 50% chance of missing because of Sophia's bestow curse. That hits, so luckily. You see the centaur force his hand across the air, hitting nothing, and then the massive skeletal arm with a broken grey sword smashes into the upper skeletal frame. Sucked. You hear the centaur say, and the other one, just hold it at bay for now, please. It's a prism walker. And you hear kind of crackling from the centaur, so some more energy it's summoning. Top of the round is now Sophia. You don't see any physical form remaining, but you see a hand that looks completely made of fire materialize out of thin air, grab onto the top of the green gemstone, and then fire seems to just engulf and slowly return an arm and a shoulder and the quarter of a neck of a still ethereal creature, a still dead creature, but somehow something is fighting to hold her alive. It's her turn. Now it's Karen's turn.
Aaron's an idiot.
Kill the centaur.
Right.
Finish the job.
Kill the giant.
You hear from you go, is this the son of a bitch that was turning centaur children into monsters?
Yes. Ow.
Then why is he fighting the battle for us?
Because he probably has things he once kept hidden, and that can't happen if this creature's here.
And you look back and you see Heron in this kind of interesting ethereal form. Most of his body actually also resembles a kind of red glow that Sophia's now just starting to get. But he's holding a kind of light blade, a blade that doesn't exist in his hand, and he's holding it in a kind of ready position, 3 or 4 inches away from the chest of the centaur.
So he's all the way up here.
So he is, yeah, so he's back up, front side. And we've got the giant goes. It attempts to swing back towards the center. Last opportunity.
I run to that torch, I pick it up.
That one?
Yeah.
Wait, you're still carrying?
Oh, I drop her and I pick it up.
Yeah, in fact, now that Sophie's just, it's a hand grab it, you don't even think, when he was holding her up until the point where she completely disappeared. Now she's just kind of floating as a hand and a shoulder and a neck. You grab that, you feel a warmth, like the warmth you felt when you were physical and when you were connected by that.
Nice.
Well, because Ray was going to go with you unlike yourself, we'll just end.
I attack.
Okay.
It's hits.
I hit.
I'm not even bothering to do
Ideal.
math anymore. It's
I
next to
deal
Jake, you do avoid.
26 damage.
Okay.
I go for plus 17 hits. Well, the first one hit at least.
Yeah. I love that ability looking at
And
it. And he still
that
didn't even hit.
giant looks incredibly wounded.
Alright.
His armor is shredded, and Cicero, kill it.
I'm gonna like try to hold it there like this. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but just stay there. I'm just gonna try to peek over to see the 2 people that they came out of.
Okay.
Can I? Well, from here I literally don't have line of sight, but I'll try to shift a tiny bit.
You actually, if you bend down, you could see them. It's from just like the back half of a horse, and you could see the elf from.
Hey, can you see us? We're dead.
Yeah. Yep. Make a perception check.
I'm very good. 25.
You see the left long pointed elven ear twitch.
Oh. Yep.
We return to the end of a combat encounter.
The end.
Something I'm going to skip through because it's easier and wastes less time.
We all get torches.
The skeletal face of the giant that you have been versing is temporarily frozen in a type of stasis, while a beam of white energy is blasted into it. So for a moment behind you guys it looks like it freezes, and that white energy does not stop until the top of whatever its head or skull was is a smoldering empty vat of space when that beam of light suddenly resists and fades. You are hearing the words of the archmages and heads of the heads, the big boys. But what they say kind of slowly starts to muffle, and more that you can only really hear each other, and the kind of slow, quiet rekindling of a voice, or maybe just the ability to breathe in a ghost essence. So Sophia, as her immaterial form is completely shrouded in fire, you see her face resembles that of a flaming bird, not a girl's face. And you can hear like...
Maybe it would have been more merciful to let you die.
David, I will throw down the torch I'm holding to Ray, and then I'll run up and I'll grab the other 2.
Beautiful. Okay. You disseminate the glowing green pylons amongst the spirits that remain. And while you guys are holding them, you're realizing that even their energy is slowly fading. So a bright green glow that they started with, while you're holding onto them, that green glow is slowly getting in your field of vision, slowly sucked and siphoned down.
Check the other chest.
Sure.
It doesn't just Oscar just breaks wood, shatters the frame.
Yeah, he's gonna bust some wood. You know what I mean?
It's a bunch of jewelry.
And you see what looks like the pylons, but they do not have that glowing green color and vibrance that the other ones that you've got do.
It seems like these only last for a certain amount of time.
And you
I think the mages can hear us.
you see behind you that the in front of Ray, the centaur has taken steps down, taken steps towards the hole in the wall, while the elf has just stayed at that nexus point where you could just see him. And as you said that, you realize his whole body has swiveled to face your direction, but he's not motioned to you or said anything. And his eyes look vaguely like they're going through past you, not at you.
Can you move, Sophia? Can you hear me?
You hear, after that, like, rush of breathing, even in a ghost. Hi, I'm here. What is this thing?
Let's go this way.
Where do you try to move him? Towards the elf?
Towards the elf.
So this floating glowing pylon is slowly moving towards the elf, and
The elf casts Sunbeam.
you hear the elf yell,
Maybe Moonbeam?
but you're not sure he's actually talking to you. We need each other. Together, we may be able to cobble together the magical forces needed to combat this threat. This is one of hers. Just yesterday we lost 5 perdition to skeletal giants. We were unprepared and worse, unaware that the threat of the past were waiting for the opportune time. I suspect areas of the temple and the air spires are compromised from the inside, as I am sure your schools are. And you hear a muffled snort from the centaur. Evil is like weeds of a school. If left unkept, they will seep into every crack, until the problem is no longer surface level. Our threats have created a web of veiled darkness to slowly spread and suffocate this city, and likely every other territory on Damino. I'm sure they helped, but they did not know what they were asked to do. To help us. But we cannot wait for the approval of the Church or the Council of Coin. They cannot wait either. So we will go without their aid. Find Heron, find the other bodies, gather the soldiers and their corpses. Hopefully they do not mind working outside the church for the sake of this city. And you watch he moves down and gingerly picks up half of Oscar's body. Yeah, it's more like your kind of like most of your upper torso and one leg.
Alright, like this.
Yeah, perfect. And you're noticing, even at this point, after 12 or so seconds of this guy talking, so 15, 16, 18 seconds, you are still fading. Those pylons are holding you in a type of stasis, but they're getting sucked. And
Big.
you guys are more than welcome to discuss amongst yourselves, but you're pretty sure maybe they can see you. They can definitely see the floating pylons, but you're not sure that they can hear you. Not acknowledging that you have spoken out. And you didn't even...
Wouldn't have told you anyway, but...
It's alright, it was in the middle of combat, it was a...
Man, I took that last level because it was this level that it turned on.
He then immediately took 100 points of cold damage and could not have stopped it.
Yeah. Well, I still would have gotten an extra attack.
Damn.
One more time.
I'm gonna try and go to the middle and annoy one of the two.
Okay. You can see Heron is just like waving his ethereal flaming sword in front of him. Nothing is happening. He drags a bone arm and starts to try and wave it in front of the mages. One of them clearly acknowledges, the Centaur acknowledges that is happening. What do you do?
You're going to pass me your sword.
Yes. He tries to pass you a sword that he's ethereally holding, and as he lets go, it just disappears.
That makes sense.
But maybe grab the sword on the ground, the real one.
I'll grab the one on the ground and I will carve into the ground.
You should just use my blood and smear the words.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
It's literally a mix between Ray's frozen blood and which is like when enough damage was done, crack the ground and little bits of blood sifted out. But yeah, Cicero mostly unfrozen.
I'll read the word.
No, I mincemeat because I got blown up by myself.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Alright, help. Our souls still remain.
Please help.
Luigi board.
Fading.
And fading.
You watch the centaur look down, acknowledge. The elf doesn't look down, doesn't even acknowledge that something's being drawn on the ground. And then the centaur looks up. The elf, you don't see an acknowledgement, nor do you hear a sound. The elf then suddenly looks at the centaur. Their eyes meet. And then they start to draw on the ground. The centaur draws on the ground with his staff, just like marking the ground with blood. And he said, with one word, unprepared.
Could you write on the ground, we can hear him?
You can hear.
I can hear you.
You hear from the centaur. Oh, that is very good. They can hear us. Something has happened. The elf says, yes, I'm very aware. I can see them, but I cannot hear them.
Do we want to appeal to the elf? That one of them is an elf.
Oh no, he can see us.
He can't see us.
He just said he can see us.
Wait, you can see us?
He
Can
cannot
you hear us?
You would think they would be adverse in reading lips.
You'd think, but I guess not.
Why would there be that?
The elf turns and looks over towards Heron's body and then holds a certain, like, just hand. Sigils start to appear, 3 of them below, and then you see Heron's body just disappear.
See you, Heron.
Is Heron still in there?
Yeah, Heron's there, but he's fading.
Heron.
What did he just...
They just took your body.
I wish I could say come back.
We're going to do
Do you want to hold on to this?
unsavory things to it. You should already have one.
No. Do you want to touch tips? See if it...
We can
I
share.
left my sword behind!
We can share energies.
You see, I mean, he's holding a pylon, but that's sucking it out, and it's dwindling pretty quickly.
Is there a space, like... The other pylons that were keeping everything intangible, were they in the ground?
Tangible.
Yes. And they didn't diminish their glow when they were in the ground.
Is there space to slot them into the ground in the, like, ritual circle?
Not Unless you're putting them into the slot that you broke. It doesn't look like it's made for it, but
Try.
What's there to lose? We're dead.
Well, most of me is over there, and
You're-
the other half of me.
he got your upper torso. That's it.
The other torso that was covered in explosives.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like, yeah.
I'm surprised.
There's not that much of your upper torso. It's basically your shoulders and your neck.
I'm gonna shove my
Surprised there's that
flame
much.
into the hole. My pylon.
Okay. And you notice that the glow out of it is certainly not dulling like it was while you were just holding it. It's a slot, like it doesn't fit perfectly, but with enough
Go
physical force.
ahead and keep your hand on it.
Put yours down.
Does it start going away now?
The actual, what is it called? The energy on the pylon doesn't start reducing when it's stuck into the ground. But they remove their hand, and the dulling of their own color does start to fade. So they have to keep their hands connected to the pylons.
Seems like if they're in the ground, it's able to maybe make more energy or something. Seems to combat it.
Maybe it is like a siphon. You're siphoning from this energy source.
I'm over here, Sophia.
Sophia is like crawling across the ground. Her head is more a bird.
Just float. What are you doing?
She is kind of floating, but she looks more like she's crawling.
Come on.
Sophia, you're right.
It's like this strange static cutoff, like it's half of her, and then it's just the words just stop.
Aaron, do you feel like your magic is similar at all to hers?
Fire, like I haven't seen before. It's keeping her alive more differently than me. There's connection. We might even be of the same blood. Not directly. But the interference does not make much sense to me. Unless some divine being is constantly pulling her aside to chit-chat.
Which would make sense if the book was a manifestation of an evil outsider.
Every time you hear it, it feels, I meant it. When I am sorry, I can't feel that.
Perhaps she's
It seems to be what.
blessed by two. One trying to take and one trying to give. Who can say?
We found her in a hole. Oh, have you ever heard of a mechanist?
The mechanist or a mechanist?
Mechanist. I think it's a god or something.
Never heard of it.
You can roll with it.
Okie dokie.
Oh!
Very good. 29.
It's not a classical god. It is a god that has only ever been mentioned in religious connotation by creatures that are born through machinery. So occasionally, when a high enough, when a strong enough mage is able to imbue a consciousness into a construct, oftentimes they will innately have a god that they worship themselves. And it doesn't correlate to any human deity or symbols or iconography that is common in this world, except for this older mechanical creations holding a similar mind also held the same belief systems hundreds of years apart with no correlation.
Oh.
I say that.
Okay, cool. We found her in like a cage made by Mechan or
Perhaps
for
a
it.
fuel source.
Maybe.
A battery that doesn't run out.
I mean, she's like a phoenix, but evil.
Well, are you sure, or is it like A book doesn't feel like this. So perhaps the phoenix part of her is good, and then the book is tethered to her, influencing something different. So she's not evil, she's...
Oh, I didn't mean that she was evil.
All right.
But the phoenix force, or whatever you want to call it.
I don't think the phoenix is the evil thing. But I could be wrong.
I don't think phoenixes are inherently evil, but maybe it was corrupted or something.
Potentially.
She said she woke up in that tube. Stop trying to talk, it's kind of weird. With the half, just stop.
I'm not sure you were willing to help us to begin with. Yet you are, in what appears to be, the spirits of some of the greatest fighters this city that I can notice. You do not stand a chance against these creatures. But maybe with time and with support, we have a problem which our centaur here is the only one aware of. I thought that you would be here with the other centaur.
Cicero does that.
Luckily, he is not dead amongst you, for it is much harder to get the Frey back to life. We can escort your corpses to Zandre's apothecary, where within a day you and much convincing on our end will return to life with most of your internals, despite not coming with you, we return intact. There is a creature
worse
that has made sure that the centaur children taken. You will not remember why they were taken or what was taken from them. I designed a plan to help rehabilitate that fate. Yes, Simrez, his daughter, and Pyrez, his son, are fine. But giving them back to Vosk without their father is returning them to be fed by their grandfather. I won't kill any more of my kind.
Which is like left.
I'm sure they found them.
They died.
You don't know that.
Who can say?
I didn't tell you that.
I don't know.
The elf says they do not seem to be reacting except for the elf which laughed when you talked about the centaur. So you are talking to the right group of people. This was...
Must be moving to
This whole passage, this underground tunnel, you see the centaur turn around, it's just talking to the air, talking to was called a Bodra by humans, a dwelling from the darkness of night. For 200 years ago, darkness stopped being our enemy, and the creature that baited in the darkness vanished. And for 200 years we have had relative peace. But when the stars started to blink out again, and the moon changed, and the other returned, we knew that the passage, the period of rest we had is gone. I was, and you see the elf hold and say, there will be more time to tell them later, when they have returned with their corporeal forms. Give them the summary. I am the brother of Delky Tiven Swift, Vosk's wife.
Who's Vosk?
Vosk is the tyrant.
Oh.
And the tyrant is Moki Tiven Beast's father.
His last name is Beast?
Wouldn't surprise me.
He doesn't usually speak about it, I suppose.
Sorry.
I am more or less his uncle. And there was way more to that. But I separated from
More or less.
my larger clan, the tribe, when Delky died.
It's unfortunate we can't just ask him questions.
Who's talking?
I don't know.
Moki's mother.
This feels like a strange thing to be hearing about without Moki here.
Yes, I'm surprised he's never mentioned this. I don't know, well, him being his
Why are you
uncle.
surprised by that? We don't know anything about each other.
We know him by reputation. We know him by his name in the city.
Mm-hmm. We don't know anything about Moki's family.
No, but when Moki was here, I'm surprised he never said anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything about each other. Why would he have said something?
Well, we're looking for his children, and the person who had them.
Wait, he hasn't even told you guys about it? I've only known him for a day.
No, but he never mentioned anything about this person who somehow paused talking to let us talk. Very
He's still
considerate.
talking, it's just...
Oh, maybe
I
the
still
elf
don't
can see us
understand
talking.
what he's saying, regardless.
Very considerate. Thank you, elf.
No, you guys are just talking while he's talking.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're literally losing very important information.
Did you ever try to ask him about it?
No.
That's
I
probably
think,
why.
well,
Yes.
I would have said at some point.
You lot weren't, like, good friends?
No, I barely know these people, but they have helped us.
Ah. That's
And you see Ray's body disappear.
dangerous. Oh, it's gone.
No, that's just my body.
What's my last name, right?
You never mentioned it.
What is it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes. That's why I'm asking.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to have a conversation with you and listening at the same time. It's Starfellow.
It's pardon?
Starfellow.
Starfellow. That's a beautiful last name.
Thanks, my dad gave it to me. I don't know, I never met him.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
You hear in the background, but I've kept speaking to the ground. Like her dark state, but 5 years ago. They had moved. And my half-brother was beaten by a dragon of crystalline scales. But instead of killing him, it fused with his corpse.
Ew.
Brought him back as a killer without any trace of the functional father he had been prior to his son's disappearance. And I had known that man, and I had understood his pain. As I lost my sister, he lost the love of his life. And when I tried to convince him to do what she would do, he turned away.
Sister of Moki's mother. Is that?
The wife of Vosk, Tyrant, yes.
Voss became the killer he couldn't
Do
control
we know if it's a
without her.
or are there like multiple mothers?
No, we do not know.
Delky was his anchor. She was my counsel. Are they hearing this? The elf says, yes.
They're talking to each other over you, but you can hear.
They have quite a lot to say. The Central Children, I knew if they ever came through the regular underground channels, they would be difficult for any slaver to handle. Truth was, I didn't know if I could face them. That was until I saw how the slavers ripped away at their hair, and cut their hides for trying to walk a little slower. I detested the Council of Coin's acceptance of this business growing here like a virus. My educational facilities exist in 3 places: the High Vault Bazaar, the Cerity Unis, Library, Interlude Ports, Paluda Academy. The homes I can offer and provide are vast. There's my power. So, ask yourselves while you talk over me. Realize that I may work with the filth of the city, as I have bought many of the slave Central Children you have probably heard of. But that is to make sure that at least some of their lives, trapped without a choice, can have freedom again. I cannot free them all without crippling our city's trust with the dealers. I'm sure any other smuggled into the city would use them as slaves for their whole lives. I wanted better for cities under my protection. So when I started hearing that the tyrant is moving from the Dark State and climbing the Valandris Range to Fort Nagram, I knew he would find where I hid the rest of Ducky. More specifically, the weapon she had blessed the dragon with, and the weapon the dragon had infused the last of its essence into. A sword that was shared with the mind of a dragon. If wielded by my brother, true calamity will come if he is ever threatened again. And Valram is still recovering from the siege 10 years ago.
So he wants us to kill Moki's father.
The reason there were so many underground tunnels, you see the elf say, hurry up, OMENS. Was because a creature that existed for over 1,000 years and vanished 200 years ago, 49 years after I was born. A queen of giants. Unlike any giant ruler, she controlled the night, and her power, fostered by dark gods, reached across the western lands. For hundreds of years, life on Damino was forced into the underground, and humans, for periods of half their lifetimes, would have to endure these dark catacombs. Half forged by dead giants, and behind protected temple walls. An age where the faithless grew, in the fading hope that the darkness would ever be safe. And then suddenly it stopped, and the world became a turmoil of red skies, meteors, and giant cracks that would open in the ground new rivers and streams throughout Damino. While that did kill a number of the underground population of dwarves and gnomes who thrived, their last mention 200 years ago, most records of them have faded. The great mages that remain here have grown my understanding of an event like that, which lasted decades, and they found that it was due to the rise of a mortal through the corpse of a banished one. A true dark unveiling of a new beginning for another dark age. That leads us to now. So I am aware. The stars are black above King's Bay, and we are all underground. So that can only mean the time of darkness has come, and the last defenders of the city are surely already at work above. But I do not know if there are attacks yet. I have sensors above us, but no signs of devastation yet. So it does mean so. While we can care for you and protect you, our resources are stripped thin. Your resurrections have one purpose: to continue the fight.
I don't think we really need to say this.
Well, as you say, we always have.
A choice, but they're going to revive us anyway.
We could take your hands off that thing.
What if you were sedated?
What if I was blind and gagged?
For the children that you found, the centaurs that have been cursed by magic has attempted to dispel such a mark on a specific memory, crippling their minds. But its cursed energy is stronger than mine. So I haven't been game to try more than once. And as you roll ghosts, you do notice there is a conflicted face of regret on his side.
I'm gonna try to pretend to be a centaur in front of the elf and be like...
The elf is just like one eye, just like slightly raises.
I'm gonna point to one of the statues over there.
The elf just slowly drifts off the ground, cocks its head.
I'm gonna point up to the cage where the squid goblin is.
It drifts over, kind of in its direction, looks, its other eyebrow raises. This, you have a certain... Dorzan, this is a... What is this? You see the horseman
I think that's cool.
up, and that is the blue goblin I attempted to separate curse from the central children.
That's what the goblins look like.
And they turned into a purple tentacle mass. I'm not planning to let it out of that cage, if that's what you mean. The elf is aware of it.
I see you, centaur guy.
So how do we get to where our bodies are? Or are we just going to wake up at some point?
Oh.
The Iridi asks, will they just wake up?
Oh. Nah, he can hear us, yeah, I forgot.
The centaur takes a moment, cocks its head. You will wake up significantly weaker,
Brilliant.
but that might only last a few days, if it can be helped.
Oh.
There will be time for recovery, if we can return you all to life. No curse has been applied directly on your body. There is a newer darkness above us, and we must work quickly to recover you before our expenditure becomes a visible problem. the centaur you were with. Where did he go?
He's in the wilds.
Obviously not here. That is the point. We can still take them to where you are holding all of them. Or maybe best just to the apothecary first, and then they can find the children when they need it. Yes.
Also, if we break connection with these green things, we die.
Oh yes, they're worried about the pylons.
He could hear us before. He was just being a dick.
Oh.
No, I can just read your lips.
Can you really read our lips?
The furry one is very difficult to understand.
I think you can read lips.
Can you read our lips?
That's not for me to read.
He bends down and teleports.
Usually when
Oscar's body.
Oh, that felt weird. Usually when you make things over-enunciated, it's harder to read the lips.
Well, if he can't read my lips right now with the fur around it.
Well, you're gonna mostly further. What's in your mouth?
What are you talking about? He's bald. He's bald ever since he was burned. No, your spirit has hair. Finally, you have hair. How nice.
This created character.
Oh, this is what you normally look like.
Yes.
Would I have my hair?
Normally you look like a naked mole rat.
What?
Yeah. You haven't had hair since that encounter with the... There was a giant centipede and then you came running out and you were on fire and all of your fur was gone. Maybe us getting revived will fix that.
No.
No.
Did you not notice the fact that you didn't have hair on your face?
No.
Or your arms.
It's no mirror, so it makes sense.
Yes, but usually you can feel it.
No.
Have
PTSD.
you
When
not
a man,
noticed?
when someone's arm or leg is cut off, you can sometimes still feel it.
Yeah, that's true. It's not PTSD.
Maybe you just thought it was
No,
a bit
it's
colder,
phantom.
a bit colder than normal recently. It's not just
Sure,
winter.
I'll go back with a good prayer.
Yeah. Not prayer, but time. Maybe we can get you some tonic or something. I assume we're gonna live through this somehow.
That seems pretty determined.
The elf.
To revive us to fight another one's battle.
Is Zandria
They're asking about Zandria. You shouldn't
Tis
respond. Doran.
I hope it's not the same beast.
Oh, we can assure you, the threat of this creature is, it's much older. Potentially is equally as old as the skeletal forms you are seeing in this catacomb.
Why not just
Probably older.
Why not just let the children go free into the wild? They don't necessarily have to go back to their father.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a fate worse than death. No. We're not evil here.
Our cost of moving between the planes is...
I don't mean the plains, the wild. I mean like forests.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Releasing them is the ultimate goal. However, they will be picked on by outside life just for being young.
And it's survival of the fittest.
That is
You live in a city.
ultimately the truth, which is why we are trying to preserve their fitness. So maybe they will be strong someday. They are... more than half of them are cursed. Actually, all of them are cursed, just varying degrees of failure. They are all contained in a place that cannot be viewed by outside forces. That was the intention. We are not going to take it there.
Good.
But once your horse friend has returned, he can lead them
Can
to
you
Voss.
can you mouth for me that Moki is in a time dilation effect? It's I believe what one of the other ones said.
Mogi's in an area where time does not flow the same.
wibbly wobbly.
Time. EYB.
He's either in Hell, Dorazan, or he's in the Fey world.
First one.
I did say that.
Just say anemia. Made a name for it.
Yeah, you would know what you actually will talk about. He's old as fuck. And that's my brain processing at this point. It's like a burning disc. We intend to give you no more than
6 billion gold.
15 days to gather your strength and assess your weaknesses.
15 days won't do anything.
We have strong assumption that while these stars are black above King's Bay, that a threat is coming. And we don't know how long, but we need protection after 15 days. As in, our city's defenses are limited to how many days straight endurance they can handle. We are looking for a strong private force to attack a place where the darkest spot has been revealed by Akma's globe. We believe from
Sounds like they want us to make some sort of guild.
From Xandria's prediction on the location of the dark spot, as they call it.
Some sort of suicide squad, more like.
We will be giving you a small keep. 200 years ago, it was a base for military and arcane reserves for our battles of dusk.
Get a keep.
That's pretty cool.
That's like a base of operations.
We've never had a
I don't have any money to upkeep it.
That's true. You do not have money to upkeep.
We played Pathfinder base.
Stop being lame, okay? Stop trying to think things
We're gonna
realistically.
need to have to
They're
hire
giving us.
staff.
They're giving us a free house.
After
I'm gonna have to interview maids.
after 200
Fuck it
years with no direct war on the city, the smugglers of the coast and the land began to use it for their own needs. We also have a abandoned apothecary, which could function the same. It was a magical store idea for Xandria, but she never committed to it.
We're not exactly in a place where we can pass on.
When you return, you will be acknowledging what you said. We'll be able to decide between keep and apothecary.
Oh, so it's one.
Why would anyone want to be in a
Or for
apothecary?
free.
Keeps it way nicer.
I feel like we should get both.
Why would you get both?
Well, I feel like we're doing enough work to get both.
We don't know what we're doing.
Well, we're going to be fighting a war.
Oh no, we're fighting. We're quite. All we're doing is infiltrating one position.
Well, that too.
Our infiltration missions are quite challenging, but it all depends on the forces. Don't quite know yet.
Yeah, I still don't get why they would offer an apothecary. That's a house.
Well, I think the thought
But we're
is-
getting a castle.
I think we should definitely get the keep, but
I think we get the keep.
if the thought is a base of operations, for whatever reason,
Where would we ever get an apothecary?
I don't know. Like, imagine if there was like, let's say instead of me,
Is somebody somewhere doing something to revive us, or
Or the horseman is actually
no,
leaning.
I'm asking the elf.
Oh, you're asking the elf?
Yes.
I just need to run
Meanwhile,
far, as you guys are having
he and I are holding the
quite
crystals
patient,
just
but-
on the ground.
Hearing them argue with each other is making me want to let myself fade out of existence. So.
he'd probably want the apothecary.
Right, but we
Also,
just do that in a
do you worship the Old Father? Because I sort of need
a
to
room
like pray.
He smiles
You know,
and sits down.
castle.
Yes. Well, it's a keep.
Sort of bleed from my eyes and all my facial orifices when I try to trance. Sadly.
A highly
A
defendable
castle type manor.
Yes, I can bring in external to
They're really getting ahead of themselves over there.
people from my village would love to.
You just want to move them.
So long as you are not connected to Coraloni, your father, he will not immediately call your essence back. That is why you are here. That is why when you fade, you will not die. But do not worry. Fading is the point.
What would happen if I faded?
Nothing.
Okay.
You watch this one slowly fade away.
What?
These pylons are only designed to keep your ethereal essence present.
We're not going back.
And Heron says, Heron says, I altered law. He tries to say the most, mouthedly. I altered the law so we could touch things.
Apparently, when you over-enunciate things, it's
This is
hard
very
to
difficult for me to understand, but I think you said you can touch things. Doesn't make a lot of sense for ghosts, however.
Except for when they can't do
Except for when we literally dragged the big old pylons to the center of the room and they watched us do it.
Regardless, this
If you let go, I will let go.
energy.
They're all killing themselves now. I was joking about the elf.
You even see Sophia is no longer holding
Sophia also left go.
She did, she let go, but she was crawling towards the kind of central mass where you guys had put the pylons. And even though she was crawling there, she just didn't make it.
I waited for her to come. What the hell?
She was like this.
Yes.
Oh.
It took her 2
I
rounds.
was like, alright, you're going too slow, so you're Okay then. Okay.
You just let go of the thing.
I was surprised you didn't mention the Phoenix person.
She's been dead for a minute.
I just didn't notice. I'm like, oh, Sophia, I'm gonna commit. Oh.
yeah.
Where
Literally
did she
12
go?
seconds and she's gone.
Okay.
12 seconds of no concentration. And you see, as Oscar might be one of the last ones to hold on, Sophia's body is
She'll live for a while.
And where you guys find yourselves in is, it's a strong breeze that wakes you up.
Breeze?
Oh.
Fresh air. I'm never going to the underground ever again.
Fresh air that is really cold and crisp.
Can I sense motive? Does it feel like everything was a dream? Do I feel safe?
Do you feel safe?
Well, I need to know. He's 17.
The room itself, you see what looks like 2 interesting heads of a dragon that spiral down from the ceiling, but they're both made of like a bronze, and they curl around each other until they're just 2 bronze dragon heads that are pointing out like this from the ceiling, and from the inside of their mouth there's kind of like this small fire that flicks out. So kind of like this interesting bronze candelabra on the roof that is a dual-headed dragon breathing. But the ceiling looks like 50 feet up, so pretty tall. And as you look around, there's a bunch of arched wall openings where you can just see outside sky. Hints of blue color and the tops of buildings in the very, very distant. You realize you are, not that Oscar is ever really this high up, you are equivalently at cliff height.
I don't get high.
Above
I can tell.
a city.
Hey, you don't mean me.
And Oscar has a good awareness of the only height that could provide that, and that is the air spires.
We're in the air spires.
And as you wake, it's a large room, and you're in a series of cots. There are 5 cots. Sophia, her body's unconscious. You see Cicero, his body is unconscious. You see Ray, his body is stirring.
Tiny bit of hair over his head.
Is Heron unconscious?
Heron is completely unconscious, and you can see Ray has the tattered remains of his armor on his body. So does Heron. Heron does. The weapon is like laying by his side, so someone's picked it up from you. All of your items have retained on you.
Yay.
But that papyrus scroll that was left in the tunnel, that's gone.
Good.
Did they take my ancient evil artifact away?
Oh yeah, that's gone. Yeah. But
Brilliant.
now that you've woken up, it's not on your
Sick.
person.
I'm gonna
And
jump out of bed.
you fling yourself up. It's a nice, like it looks and feels like this bed is not supposed to be here. It's metal, it's wireframe, it's very clunky. The fabric that's covering you is very nice linen, but it is clearly sweat stained, like you've been lying in this bed for a fair while. And you wake up and you're in a large circular room, a bunch of beds kind of lying inwards with the feet, a bunch of people's feet facing inwards. And in the center of the room, it's nothing. It's quite a nice, open, expansive, central, tall tower room. There are no balconies, more of these archways that have like a small lip where you can't step through. But you could basically step into the kind of archway and just look with your hands on either wall, just out to the city. But you see to the far end of the room, the tall room, you see a stairway that goes down, and you notice that it is evening, it is dusk, and this is one of the most opulent rooms and views you've ever had, and it is contrasted by a terrifying view of firstly, a beautiful view of the kind of golden red color that streaks the horizon, but at a certain point, there is only a dark sky and there is no stars. The approaching true dusk is completely black. You get the idea from what they said before that this is a now reoccurring problem above the city, or maybe just above everywhere here.
So as I figured.
Heron.
Sits up, the bed snaps, breaks, his butt just hits the... Ah! Oh, ow!
Wakey.
Oh, shoulder sore, body sore, everything is weak.
You said we were somewhere, were we?
We're
And how do you know?
well, we're on a mountain. We're the only mountain range that's close by to Kings Bay. But we're still relatively close. It seems this is their hideaway.
And emerging from the top of one of the major arches, you just see a massive balloon. It takes the whole archway. You see a rising air balloon just obfuscate the window and just slowly rise.
What is
and
that
rise.
magic?
You see little gas clouds shoot fire. It ignites, goes into the gas balloon.
Is this one of your wizardry things?
No, it's a balloon.
It is a balloon.
Really?
Looks like magic to me.
You see,
Or at least what I've heard of it.
It's like a boat, but it sails through air.
My god.
and you see as it travels.
Such a thing cannot exist.
As it travels to the black horizon of
We're gonna
distance,
show you more.
you hear the quiet. The footsteps get louder as, once again, tall elven form with 1 foot long pointed ears emerges. You notice instantaneously Cicero just kind of rolls his head over in its direction, and then he opens his eyes.
No.
And behind him, the other set of footsteps.
I'm trying to reply to a message you sent to Caden.
Oh, okay, good.
You see the silver, pure silver hair, curled horns, and an interesting kind of, almost like a widow's gown. Interesting. Very strange looking woman with a piercing,
She's Alton.
with piercing red eyes like that. Not the iris,
never
but the actual ring.
You gotta calm down.
I didn't say.
You've got to calm down.
I heard it in my head.
And for anyone,
Ray's talking to himself and lying to you.
just like Ray's just like talking on the bed.
You like unintentionally have your telepathy on.
Don't have an active in the I need to spend some standard action from change.
This is like a cool reveal of an extremely important character.
Who is she, David?
Oscar realizes that you've seen her probably twice. One on Isora in a portrait,
God.
and the other in the Crown's keep.
It's better not be who I think it is.
Cicero, you recognize a woman much like that, who arrived beside another elven woman with silver hair, who arrived at the foot of the throne, and who acknowledged your family.
It's the queen.
It better not be. I gotta kill that bitch.
Not personally met this person, but as she steps up, you kind of realize there is a kind of very intense power that is emanating from her body. And in the moment you realize that, there is something about this whole structure that seems to either be pulled out of her or pulled into her. Like, despite this room existing, the nexus of control of this room seems to be funneled through her. And as an elf, you have no idea how you understand that, but it's like looking at a person through like a digital lens, and it's just watching flow of the whole building flow through her, flow out of her, flow out.
It's like in a Zoom meeting when someone has like the background on.
No, it's like watching like digital.
Okay.
It's
No,
like watching,
no,
everyone
like
has
that.
it's
the
like
background.
watching water that doesn't exist in this room funnel into her while also simultaneously funneling out of her and covering the whole chamber.
But it's like watching roots get nutrients.
It's like watching a nexus suddenly appear in a room
I don't-
which you didn't understand.
I don't know what a nexus is, David.
A kind of focal point.
No, dude, like League of Legends, like the
that
Nexus.
makes sense. I'm sorry, David.
And you hear
Use it to let the brain rot take over a bit more.
noble warrior Akanimi, Raisa, future blood of the elves, and the Iridi warriors who have risked their lives. We owe you a debt. But there is a new battle ahead of us. That is where we will end the episode.
Bum bum bum.
Random
So
person.
David, who is it?
Find out next time.
Find out next time.
Bigger they are, harder they fall.